Hey y'all, support for today's episode of The Read comes from the new podcast Tales of Your City. It's based on the book series Tales of the City by Armistead Maupin and the upcoming Netflix series of the same title. Tales of Your City will use 6 cities across America, which are New York, Atlanta, New Orleans, Minneapolis, LA, and San Francisco, as backdrops for stories about queer communities and the folks that live in them. Cannot wait. Tune in to Tales of Your City. New episodes are dropping every Monday. Now let's start our show.
It's his way of living. Who am I to tell him that what he's doing just ain't right? Standing on the corner, hustling all day, gambling under the street lights. Even though he's thugging, I love him.
No.
And I want him in my life.
You better sing.
No matter what people say, I'm gonna love him. I'm waiting for you to do the background. No matter what.
Anyway, no matter what he does to me.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't remember.
No matter what.
And that is why I'm gonna be a lover, a friend, a soldier. And that's how it's gonna be. Wow, what a good rat anthem.
Hey.
Oh, no, child.
No matter what.
Okay, this is not my ministry at all.
I'm gonna love him anyway.
The devil was busy that day.
Oh,
First
lover, friend, soldier. How it's gonna be, yeah.
I cannot wait for people to be able to see this happen.
This song is so goddamn ghetto.
It is. It really, and it's a terrible message. No matter what
Mother
anybody
and my father
says.
don't understand me. They say I'm messing up my life. I don't agree. They need to mind their business, cause it's my life. Like,
all
what?
Right. Yeah, you sound 16 years old.
That song is the prequel to Girl by Destiny's Child.
Oh, damn. Yes. This is before she started on her road.
Take a minute, bitch, come sit down and tell me about all of that fuck shit that she was talking about, how everybody needed to mind their own fucking business, bitch.
Girl, we see you struggling over here, bitch. Please come sit down before you hurt yourself.
Don't try to convince us that you're happy.
Because we see right through that. Oh, we know you too damn well.
What a horribly beautiful, amazing,
man. I mean, I love that song, but what an awful
good
message and just terrible.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Read. I am Tua Savage.
And I am Janet Mock.
And it's funny that you say that.
Yeah, I had a feeling she might have, popped up on the show this week.
Hey.
For one huge reason.
So Black Excellence this week is going to Miss Janet Mock, author, director, producer, bad bitch.
Podcaster. Miss Tina's friend.
Oh yeah, all of those things.
Just BFFs.
So if you haven't heard, Janet Mock has just closed an overall deal with Netflix. Yes. This makes her the first Black trans woman to establish an overall deal with a major studio, period. This is just so amazing to me and well-deserved. I don't know if you girls are watching Pose.
Bitch, you better be.
But, if you aren't, catch up. You're a bit late. It's great TV and proof that she's got the recipe.
Yes.
So, congratulations to Janet. She said that she's working on a half-hour drama and a college series. And it sounds like that's not even it. But it had to be kept very hush-hush. I'm just excited because, in the midst of all of the ridiculous, I don't know if I get confused between epidemic and pandemic. Pandemic is an illness, right?
I think so. I actually don't know the difference between
those
either.
Whatever.
Well,
but
now
there's
I have to look it up.
for Black trans women in this country, it is it should be an emergency. You know, like there should be far more coverage and standing up and things that are done for our trans sisters.
Yeah.
Because the rate in which they're being murdered is just unbelievable and has been for the longest time.
Right.
But she said here in this video that 84% of Americans say they don't know or work with a trans person. So something like this can be, you know, it can be something that can introduce people to their world and hopefully build more empathy in people who are literally ignorant and have no idea about what they go through. And hopefully can start more of a movement in like protecting our girls.
Absolutely, because it is just ridiculous what's going on. So shout out to Janet Mock. You are just everything, just every single damn thing. And I already know you are absolutely going to kill this. Worldwide content on Netflix, girl. Like, the sky is the limit. And I looked it up. An epidemic occurs when it's like local. It's like a disease that more people are getting than normal.
So what's a pandemic?
And then a pandemic is an epidemic that happens worldwide. So epidemics are like local.
So
it's
maybe
like,
neither one of them apply to what I was trying to say?
Well, no, because I think, you know, it's probably a pandemic, but it's definitely an epidemic in America.
I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for.
Oh, well, no, I mean, these are also related to diseases. But the point is that it's a fucking crisis.
Crisis!
Okay. And
crisis perfectly
yes,
works.
it is a fucking crisis, and the rest of us need to do something about it, period.
You know, we ain't all gonna be free until we all free.
And, you know, people really have got to understand that is the absolute gospel truth.
That's the gospel truth. So I read that there's a live action Hercules remake coming from Disney. You know, Disney is like, okay, so let's just siphon all of the money out of these girls who loved our old things by making them live action. I heard Hercules is up next. It's just a rumor so far, but I just need to say now, for the record, Disney, the powers that be, her name is Amber Riley. That's all I have to say. I'm finished. Like, that's
all
it.
that needs to be said, truly.
There were how many muses? 5 or 6?
Yeah.
So, girl, figure it out. There you go.
You know, one of those slots is Amber's. Don't know who everybody else is going to be.
I mean, I'm willing to work with you guys in other areas.
Has to be.
But it just
has to. It will be incomplete without her.
Won't make sense.
It won't.
Otherwise.
Not that voice.
Okay.
Nope.
There, I said it.
Yes.
So this week in our pop culture segment, Hot Tops, are you afraid of the dick? So much to discuss.
Definitely thought you was going to say, are you afraid of the bottom?
Don't know
why. Don't know why.
That would have been a good one.
All right, I am afraid of the dick. Somebody explain. Well, okay, wait, no, that came out all wrong. Anyway, please continue.
Okay, I mean, if you want to.
Well, no, so, you know, I don't want to spoil Pose, but last night somebody was using a substance on the show, and I was told that bottoms use it to help them take dick better. Is that true? It is true.
I've never done it, but
I
know what you're talking about.
But they do? Okay. All right.
So let's just start with the fact that apparently Queen Radio is back, and it's all your fault.
Thank you so much. All you niggas are very welcome.
Wow. Freedom! So Nicki Minaj is teasing a new song and video that she's got coming out midnight tonight, I guess, since it's supposed to be Thursday or whatever. But yeah, she even uploaded a little clip from the video here on her Twitter recently, and it sounds really cute. I didn't hear this. Her niggas in the video, which I don't know how to feel about, but she looks great, and it sounds like a sample, and I can't place it.
It does. I've heard that rhythm before, though, that melody.
It sounds like a fucking reggae song, and I can't pick which one it is. Maybe that's what it is? No, I don't think so. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. One of y'all
I've heard that,
me.
though, a million times. I have heard that melody before.
I
thought you was going to talk about Baps.
Oh, I was about to jump into that as well, but, I mean, this sounds cute. She looks cute in the video. I'm sure the Barbs are literally dying one by one in excitement. I mean, the memes and the she's come to save rap music have already begun. Okay. And had, honestly, since she posted Megatron on her IG story.
And I expect that of Stans.
I don't know, though. Is this like the beginning of a new era? Is this like the first single to a new album? Is she re-releasing Queen?
Yeah,
is she just like, here, girls, I just felt like fucking with y'all? What is this?
Is Megatron not the new album, or is that the... Oh, Megatron's the single.
Yeah, Megatron's the name of the song, apparently.
Got you. And Megatron is a Transformer.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
And a bad guy.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I feel like an album is coming, though.
I do feel like she's just like, okay.
Yeah.
That Queen shit wasn't the era for me. It didn't work out
didn't curl all the way over.
So let's just...
Go back.
Just get this shit kickstarted in a new direction, and I'm here for it.
Me too, because Baps is great.
Yeah, so Baps also, fantastic sample.
As soon as I heard that project, bitch, I said, I love it.
It's funny because I saw her doing an interview, Trina, with Ebro, and she talked about like all the clearances that they were struggling to get done to get the album out and stuff. And she specifically said about this song that it sampled a Juvenile song or something. And I was like, fuck.
We need it. We need it right now.
Nicki on a juvie beat? My word. So it absolutely samples Project Bitch, hook and all. And then here they go. First of all, for Trina to call out French Montana and these other niggas. By name.
Nigga. I said, I curved y'all boys. No disrespect to y'all boys. I said, what? Oh my God. Is that what we're doing?
My queen. Oh my God. I just love it.
And the song, honestly, that whole like fitting your voice to the melody thing and all that, Nicki was perfect for this. And I just really enjoyed it. Like I bopped the entire way.
I love them together.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
So if this is a preview of Trina's album, I'm even more excited.
I mean, Trina's album is already, have you seen the track listing?
I have. And so I'm just...
There we are.
Oh, yes, everything is tingling in anticipation.
And it's been forever since we got a Trina album. Like her last album, I think was like Amazing, which was like 2010 or 11.
Last time she was here, she was talking about working on it. So yeah, greatness. Greatness takes time, but yes, I'm very excited, and I'm even excited for Nicki because I'm liking what I'm hearing. Yeah,
that little sample sounds cute. Like I said, she looks really cute in the video, and just hearing the beat, I can imagine that she's about to piss all over that. So that should be a fun time.
Yep.
Plus, new Trina and Megan. My party next week.
There you go.
I mean, if you're not there, God bless you. I don't know,
will there be any male rappers? We'll see.
That's what I was saying. Maybe we should just play female rap
the
all
whole time.
Goddamn day and just Beyonce.
For real.
We're
honestly,
done.
we don't need shit else because the girls are killing it.
I mean, Beyonce literally gave us a Before I Let Go
really
cover.
did.
So, all boxes are checked. What else is there? Nothing.
Nope.
So, okay. Beautiful. Nicholas, I'm all for whatever this is about to be. I'm sure it'll be cute.
I'll be tuned into Queen Radio on Friday.
I'm not doing that. I won't be doing that.
But you hoes are welcome. Seriously, the power of my tongue, man. Oh, my God.
Do you think she's going to come back with the same energy? She is. Of course she is. Of course she fucking is.
Maybe. I don't think it will be quite as acerbic. I don't think she will be quite so angry. I think she will definitely still be arrogant, but it won't be like, there was a lot of, I would call angry passion behind what Nicki was doing with Queen last time.
She definitely gave me passive aggressive on a lot of those Queen Radio things, but then a lot of other times she gave me like, nobody is in here to tell me to calm down.
Oh yeah, all the time.
And I'm going to yell and I'm going to just cut the fuck up. And I'm here for that in moderation.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Queen Radio is probably going to be 2 hours, so we'll see. Because I'm sure she's not dropping more than 1 or 2 songs at the most. So we'll see how she fills up the rest of that time.
I would be surprised if she releases more than 1 song.
Yeah, me too. I would be shocked. So we'll see who else she has in the studio with her. We'll see how she's acting, but I'm excited for the return. I have been wanting this.
I can handle a little bit of, I've had some frosé, I've had, and I'm here to just tell jokes.
Yeah.
Like, get your jokes off, have a good time, be in good spirits. I'm all
Play
for that.
Play some fun music.
Let's leave, our forefathers and mothers in the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Let's leave all that. Let's leave Harriet Tubman and her nice shiny fucking dress.
Sojourner Truth and all the niggas. Let's just leave them out of it and have fun.
Right.
Otherwise,
we're not addressing no 3-year-olds. We're not addressing no 3-year-old beef. We're just gonna get in the studio and have fun.
When Stormy pulls up in her stroller, Stormy got a stroller with spinning rims on it.
Oh my God.
And she's not afraid of anybody.
The beef with Stormy is actually the best.
That was so good.
It was just so fucking
Because it wasn't even really beef, but it was just funny.
Right. And the way she says that child's name.
Stormy!
Oh,
OJ
boy.
Simpson's on Twitter.
No, is that account real? I really will not. I refuse to believe that account
He
is real.
says it's real.
Who says it's real?
The Twitter handle and everything. OJ did.
Is it verified, though?
Not yet.
So I don't believe it.
But he says it's his Twitter account.
The person who created the account said it's his account?
OJ Simpson.
He said it, like, on video?
Yes.
Oh my God, what?
He said in a video, you didn't see the first video he posted, he was like, I'm joining. Matter of fact, where is it?
No, because that account had been tweeting some very troll shit. And I'm like, I know that's not OJ. Can't be.
Yours truly. Now, coming soon to Twitter, you'll get to read all my thoughts and opinions on just about everything.
Oh, no.
Now, there's a lot of fake OJ accounts out there, so this one, at the real OJ32, is the only official one.
Oh my God.
So this should be a lot of fun. I got a little getting even to do. So that's
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Oh no, my blood ran cold.
When I watched this the first time, I retweeted it as I was looking at the clip, and I was about to type something shady in it. And as soon as that nigga said I got some getting even to do, I deleted all that shit. I said, I have plans. I'd like to live. No thanks.
I truly thought it was fake because some of the retweets I saw on my timeline were like absurd. Absurd. And so I'm like, it ain't no way this is a real OJ account. Are you niggas really falling for this? But I didn't see a video. So that...
There are multiple.
Oh no. Who is he getting even with?
I don't want to know.
We all know that nigga don't know where the line is.
That doesn't have anything to do with me.
Y'all can tweet OJ if you want to. I won't be playing them fucking games.
No.
No, sir.
Thanks, girls.
No.
He also posted a video where he spoke about Kris Jenner and how he never had any interest in her. They never slept together. As far as he knows,
Khloe's not his child.
Kris Jenner was never interested in him, and Khloe is not his baby, but he's proud of all of the girls. Before that, he said something about sports or whatever. It sounds to me like he kind of implied that he's going to be talking about football and shit on here. I don't know, but
okay.
But he definitely took time out of his day in what looks to be his backyard or some shit to say that Khloe Kardashian is not his baby. So we can stop calling her Chlorenthal.
We're not going to stop calling her Chlorenthal.
I'm never going to stop.
And we all knew she wasn't your child.
Right.
Like, we knew she was not.
It's just
literally
funny.
Biologically your child. Right. She's lily white. Well, not lily white, but she's the same, whatever spicy white the rest of them are. So we knew she is. She's not like swarthier. She don't have curlier hair. Like really, Kim is the darkest one.
The rest of them girls, they got a little bit of I don't know.
When they were young, they looked Armenian as fuck. But I think with all
Not
the procedures and shit they've had, well, no, not Khloe. That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe that they have the same daddy.
Kim and the old one. Okay, they might not have the same daddy.
Yeah, but I don't think OJ is her daddy.
And why do I even remember this? A few years ago, somebody was talking about how Khloe's real daddy
was that hairdresser.
Okay, so you did hear about this.
Yeah, she
and
looks
that
like
man
him.
does look like Khloe.
Yeah.
So I believe Khloe has a different daddy, but we all knew OJ was not. It was just funny.
That shit was just funny, girl.
Because Chlorenthal is
hilarious. So
but, bitch, what I won't be doing is trolling a known double murderer on the internet. You niggas have lost it.
Let me tell you. And I told the OJ story in the Apple Store. Didn't I tell that story on here?
Yes, when OJ came to the Apple Store, when you were working there, you did. Well, I don't know if you told it. I don't know if you told it on the show.
Sure. Long story short, I worked in the Apple Store around the time the first iPhone came out in the falls in Miami, and OJ had a house like right in that area. And when he came into the store one day with in typical dad outfit, like a linen shirt and some cargo shorts and flip flops, and all of the white people I worked with, most of the employees were white, were like terrified to go talk to him. I'm dead serious. I was like, man, fuck wrong with y'all? And I went up to him and I was like, can I help you with anything, sir? Do you need any help? And he was like, give me one of these computers so I get the hell out of here. No, he's like, yeah. He's like, give me one of these computers for my daughter so I can get the hell out of here. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Because a little girl was going to high school or college or something. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember
She's probably about my age.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I do remember you telling me
that nigga was like, give me this shit so I can get up out of here.
Like,
and I said,
I have no problem at all. Let me run to the back and get you a box. Sign right here, Mr. Simpson. You have a blessed day.
Nobody even bothered him. Like, he just came in very low key.
They didn't.
Like,
I know they didn't.
That nigga was over it. I was like,
but
I'm
especially
fine.
in them days, he probably hated being in public.
Absolutely.
But things have calmed down for OJ recently. I guess
He
enough
seems
for him
to
to
be-
decide to
right.
join social media.
Looks like he's having a great time.
What a terrible idea, man.
Right, that's what I was gonna tweet.
God.
I was literally about to tweet like, OJ, this seems like a shit idea, but do what you want.
I pray he don't never find out about podcasts or hear this. I don't want that man, I just don't want him to know who I am at all. Not ever. Not ever.
No thanks,
Ooh,
girl.
I can't believe I thought that was a troll. I mean, I see why I thought it. But
No, there
good
are a lot
God.
of OJ troll accounts. I even read something that like one of them troll accounts said that he threatened them. But I'm leaving. Look,
well,
I'm not accusing nobody.
That's
of
what you're
nothing.
doing for
I don't.
Don't play with OJ. If I was you, I would not do that.
It's nothing to do with me.
That man killed his own baby mama. It was just straight like that. Ex-wife or whatever she was. And her new man. Nah, not fucking with him.
Yikes.
Y'all
The MTV Movie Awards are movie and TV awards.
They're both now.
Why?
I mean, because they don't need two different award shows for movies and TV.
But they don't need. Okay. So, the big takeaway from this, which I didn't know that the MTV Movie Awards were even happening until they were over. Like, I didn't know the BET Awards are this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I just found out yesterday, so.
You know what?
But
That's
yes,
because
they are.
I only watch, like, my DVR and YouTube videos.
I don't know. The amount of media I consume is sad.
I can't think of the last time I saw a televised commercial, so I don't be knowing about nothing.
I be skipping everything. So no, I did not know the BET Awards were coming, but I am looking forward to it.
So the big thing I took away from the MTV Movie and Television Awards was that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta won reality royalty.
Yeah, that really blows my mind.
It kind of blew mine as well.
I'm like, reality royalty? Now, I don't know who else was in the category, but royalty is such a strong word.
Jersey Shore, The Family Vacation, which is like their rebooted Jersey Shore.
Oh, the old, because they all now.
Right. The Challenge, The Bachelor, and fuck, what was the other one? I'll pull it up.
Well, I mean, I'm not impressed by any of these. So,
No, yeah, when I looked at the nominees, I was like, oh, okay. Like, because when they showed the clip of them going up on stage and stuff, I saw like Alyssa Edwards and some other drag queens in the audience. So I was like, if Drag Race was nominated, then this is some bullshit. But they weren't.
Oh, well, then I don't know why them white folks was in their feelings behind this.
Because they felt like they should have won and some niggas won over them. So they were like, no, ma'am. Vanderpump Rules. That's the other one.
Oh, well, I do. Oh, no, not
Which I haven't watched in years.
I was about to say, if it was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, yes. But Vanderpump Rules, girl, I don't care.
Bachelor Challenge, Vanderpump Rules, Jersey Shore, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta won. Every Caucasian in the audience gagged.
They did.
Everybody was visibly gagging. The Jersey Shore table damn near lit the shit on fire.
Insane.
They were incensed.
I just knew, because they had to think, bitch, we are on MTV. It ain't no way we not getting this.
Yeah, but they on VH1. All of it's Viacom, sis.
Right, all of it is Viacom. But I think it was more like, all these
Niggers.
colors.
Like,
y'all was mad. I mean, and mad over an MTV TV award.
thank you.
No shade to MTV, but girl, what does that award even mean?
Imagine me being pissed that I lost a reality TV show award from MTV.
Right.
Girl, good night.
Like, imagine having any real emotional response to that at all, other than being like, oh.
Did you make place on your mantle? Like, what?
Right. Did you, like, clear out your trophy case? Did you buy a trophy case? Like, were you really looking forward to
They
this?
just knew they were winning, honey.
Oh, my God. And reality royalty, it honestly sounds like an insult. I don't want that. I don't want to be nowhere near that, but y'all got it.
Which, when I tell you that I would have reached my glass into the sky and gave them bitches a toast, like, I don't give a fuck about this.
Congratulations to the niggas.
Dina Nicole Cortez of Jersey Shore said on Twitter, no shame, not anything. Oh, can I do a Jersey accent?
Sure.
I don't know if I can.
Can you do a Jersey accent?
Right, no, I was asking if I'm capable of doing it.
Joyzy?
Not anything against... No, can't do it. Love Pop Atlanta, but we's the same cast has been here for 10 years and show our entire lives, good and bad. We were very shocked, especially being our family network. Dina, which one were you?
Right. I don't even know who you're talking about. Snooki and JWoww. That might be all I know.
The boy? Pauly D.
Oh, okay. One of them.
The Situation.
I don't know that.
The Situation's the one who looks like Beaky Buzzard and he went to jail or almost went to jail for some tax shit or something.
What? I was thinking of the one with brown hair.
Oh, I feel like that's
is that not the situation? Let me Google what the situation is.
Situation is the one that literally looks like a vulture.
The big old swole one?
I mean, they all kind of do.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike the Situation.
His name is Mike.
Ronnie, Snooki,
okay.
JWoww.
Well, all right.
I don't know. Dina is the one that came in in the third or fourth season.
So I wasn't even watching.
And Mama, y'all weren't even on the air for 10 years. You did 5 seasons and then you girls were gone for 5-6 years.
Right.
And then you rebooted it because all y'all are grown now and I guess that was something cute to do. So
money started running out.
Okay, Mona's been ruining these people's lives for a while
for a
now.
long time.
Let them have their moment.
Did Jocelyn Hernandez show up?
Oh, absolutely not.
I need Bonnie Bella to make an appearance and claim her things.
Little Scrappy was there as well as the Bam.
Oh, Lord. The Bam.
I really thought that bitch's Instagram was, hey, it's the Bam.
I mean, I thought it
that
was
is going to make me laugh for the rest of my life.
Wasn't it?
I had no idea. No, her name is Adiz.
Oh.
You don't remember when we talked about that on here?
We did talk about this because I believed it as well. Does the Bam makes... You know what? Never mind.
Maybe it's a double entendre. What else? So Mona, of course, had a... She had a clap back. She posted a little thing here on Instagram that says... They sure is salty. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. Yep, sure.
Eats popcorn from our MTV award. Hashtag Love and Hip Hop ATL 1, period, and Petty Post Tuesday. Who else posted something?
Oh my God. Oof, this is sad.
Angelina was pissed, even though literally everybody hated her. Girl.
I mean,
better luck next year.
This award means nothing. Who cares? Y'all are all 38. Grow up. Bitch, what?
Be thankful that you have checks to cash.
Right. And that's that
and that is just the fuck.
You got a whole free night out thanks to MTV, unlimited drinks.
They probably
like you niggas
fed
was
you,
eating too.
right.
I'm sure it was good. I know it's going to be an after party or 6
right.
with all the cocaine you could ask for. So what the fuck is wrong?
And y'all not going to run up on nobody in that cast.
You're not right. And you sure not about to run up on the band.
Let's...
You saved all that shit for Twitter. That's what you did.
Girl, okay. What else? So Cuba Gooding Jr. turned himself in.
Oh my God, I saw that.
To the police.
Woo!
Last week, I believe.
It's looking bad.
We talked about him being accused of groping this woman's breasts in a club or a bar. Since then, there's been surveillance footage that has come out that clearly shows Cuba sitting next to his girlfriend. What's her name? Something De Niro.
Is she one of the De Niros?
I didn't Google that, but I did wonder. I should have looked. But he was sitting next to his girlfriend, and the woman who accused him of the sexual assault or whatever, is seen sitting next to them at one point, and you can clearly see Cuba touch her thigh at one point, and then you can also see him grab her hand to kiss her hand. You know, like that old...
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yikes!
I'm assuming they were drinking and he is a very touchy-feely person, because even at some point some white man walks over to them and he grabs the guy's hand and is touching him too.
Oh Lord.
Now it's not clear whether or not he groped her breast or touched her breast. I really can't tell from there. All I know is that it didn't seem as aggressive a situation as I pictured when I worded this stuff.
When I initially heard the story, I'm like, oh my God.
But that doesn't mean that he's innocent. I really can't tell. There's also another clip later of, I don't know if he was leaving the bar or whatever, but Cuba is walking away and the accuser is she's right behind him, walking behind him, and someone who looks like his security stops her from following them or something. So I can't tell if she just wanted to hang out with them or if she was trying to confront him for feeling her up or what.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the same tape and I see what you're talking about. It is, especially because they have so many faces blurred. It's
and it's far away.
Right.
It's surveillance-y. It's dark in there. You can't really tell.
You can't, but damn. That, yeah.
But, like, I remember reading that, like, people had to break them up. Like, people had to come and get him, basically, because it was, like, that aggressive, and then he was kicked out or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, it could have happened in between the stuff that we see. I have no idea.
Gotcha.
But he, what are they charging him with? Where the fuck is it? It's definitely sexual abuse in the 3rd degree and forcible touching.
Okay.
He pled not guilty to both of those things. Now, here's the other issue. There is a blogger by the name of Claudia Oshry. She's incredibly popular, apparently, with, I don't know, the Bravo, we drink mimosas and whatever on Sunday Crew.
All right.
She's like that girl, I guess. But she accused Cuba Gooding Jr. of touching her inappropriately as well. Uh-oh. She said, when I was in high school, I was fucking 16 years old. Cuba Gooding Jr. put his finger up my butt and I felt wild. And apparently she's been taking that on the road with her on her tour and trying to like make light of it, or I don't know. But
what?
He and his representation are saying that nigga don't know who she is. Mm-hmm. They don't know what the fuck she's talking about, et cetera, et cetera.
Y'all are saying that. Damn. Okay, well, goddamn. I'll say the things, especially perceptions, change when there's more than one person saying, hey, this nigga did this to me.
Right.
So it's not looking good. And he said over and over that the security footage would exonerate him, but I don't think it does that. Like, it doesn't, it doesn't convict him, but it doesn't, he's not off scot-free either. So, I have a feeling they're going to settle that out of court.
Yeah,
but yikes, goddamn.
I don't know, my nigga. Like, I'm not.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, I can't point a finger in any direction here because I don't know what's going on or what happened or what didn't. But yeah, it doesn't look
well
great,
let this be
God
a
bless
message.
Everybody.
Yeah, a message to everybody who thinks it's cute to go out here fondling other people, touching some titties or ass just because you can. And all you bitches, yes, you bitches who be slapping Megan Thee Stallion's ass while she's performing and shit, not her friends, but you regular ass bitches at the club,
don't do that.
Keep your fucking hands to yourself. That's it. Do not fucking touch her. It don't matter that you a girl.
Right. It doesn't matter. It don't matter if she's twerking and she's comfortable with her body. It doesn't give you the right to touch somebody.
At all, period. So let that just be a lesson to everybody who is a little handsy, bitch, not this summer.
Chile.
So Claudine De Niro used to be married to Raphael De Niro, who is Robert De Niro and Diane Abbott's child.
Got it.
Yes.
So she just still has the name.
So she's a De Niro by marriage, yeah. And not even anymore, but yeah, she still has the name.
Mama said, I'd like to keep my name.
I mean, most divorced women do, but yes, come on, Claudine. I know that's right, because
Shout out would too, right?
I bet that De Niro opens doors.
Let me tell you something. She never has to wait in line at Whole Foods.
Never, bitch. Never. I wouldn't be changing mine either. Shouldn't have gave it to me, ho. Nope.
It's mine now. The law says it is mine.
It's true. So, woo.
And shit, changing your name and all that shit is fucking the worst.
Yo, that shit about the 16-year-old, though, I'm disgusted.
I'm, like, blown.
And I don't put nothing past nobody.
And I watched, like, a couple of clips of her and stuff like that.
Yikes.
And she doesn't seem like somebody who's hard-pressed to just make some shit up about this random nigga and this story that happened to her when she was 16. So I don't know what to believe.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is not like, I mean, he's clearly somebody, but it's not like he is... I'm trying to think of a male actor who is everywhere right now and just ultra popping. Maybe The Rock.
Chadwick Boseman?
Or even Chadwick, although I don't really see this. Right. You know, the point being, because this is... Yeah, Chadwick and Mahershala are both like way more mature niggas than I would assume Cuba Gooding to be.
Oh, okay, fair.
So, but regardless, I don't know who's telling the truth and who's not. I just know that anybody touching a 16-year-old need their dick chopped off. And that's that on that. So I sure hope you didn't. But if you did, that's what I say.
We also spoke recently about... I was going to say everyone's favorite bottom. What I actually meant to say, every bottom's favorite... I said it before anyway. Apollo. Getting out of jail.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently he went right back in no less than a week later.
You're not... Are you serious?
You didn't hear about this?
I thought he was still in the halfway house.
No, girl. They collected her.
What?
Yep.
How? Already for what?
For
breaking curfew? Fucking in the hallway.
I mean, maybe. Apparently, he violated his probation somehow.
Already?
And I heard that it has something to do with sexual conduct that wasn't permitted in the halfway house. Now, it's not clear if it was his wife or fiance. I can't remember if they got married. I think they did get married.
Yeah, I think they did.
Shireen, I think her name is. Because, oh, honey, she's pissed.
I mean, but you know it ain't no fucking in the halfway house. You know that.
Which
I mean,
is
I'm just assuming,
unfair.
Not really.
Goddamn. I did my time.
I don't think it's private rooms in the halfway house. I think it's like bunk beds, a shared room situation, and you don't need to be fucking. It's probably, I'm assuming it's a rule in the halfway house that you cannot fuck in the halfway house.
That gives me Pornhub.
Just like you can't bring liquor or weed or anything else in that bitch. You can't bring fornication in here neither. But
that gives me OnlyFans.
If that's the rule and he fucked in the halfway house anyway, then he deserves to go back.
Maybe got a little hand job.
Bitch, go to a fucking hotel, any motel, spend $59
Is he allowed to?
Oh, well, see, I'm not saying stay all night. Fuck during the day and be home by 9:30 like you fucking supposed to be.
How long are you supposed to stay in the halfway house?
Well, that depends on, I guess, your probation. But if he has a curfew, which I believe most of them do, then you could just spend the day fucking your wife. What do your wife have to do? Nothing. So I just don't. Oh, Apollo, not even a whole week out, nigga.
So now he may be in there filling out the rest of his original sentence.
Are you serious?
Which would have him released in October 15th, I think.
Oh, just this October. Oh, so that's
not
that
crazy,
much longer,
but I mean, it's longer than it would
imagine tasting freedom for 4.5 days.
Did you get an apple juice or anything, nigga? Like, fuck. Did anybody bring you a slice of pizza?
Oh my God, that is sad. I thought you was gonna say he didn't check in with his probation officer on time, but
I mean, it's just a rumor. Like, I'm not even. It may not even be true. Right. But that's just what I read.
It might just be he didn't come to the halfway house on time.
Who knows?
Like that, missed curfew.
His lady posted a photo on her Instagram with a caption that says, "They can't stop us, babe."
They did.
They literally did.
They literally stopped him right where he was.
It's over.
And they said, "You're going to jail." And that's what happened.
For those who are confused, Apollo didn't violate a goddamn thing. Another crime against a black man in the system. Jealousy is a disease, and his PO will die mad.
What?
She is livid.
All right, she sounded like Aisha that time that the Warriors lost, and she said niggas was cheating. She said, "I won't be silent." Yes, it was a couple years back. She was like, "I know what I just saw, and the NBA won't silence me." And an hour later, she had to delete all the tweets. She was so funny. That's what
so
this reminds me of. What's her name? Shireen.
Queen Shireen on Instagram. But it's spelled like SHERIEN. It's spelled like Sharian.
Okay.
Sharian.
Well, you know, niggas are creative.
Yeah.
But I guess why are you
I mean, did
so
he have
hardcore?
anything to do? Like, go and put some money back on his little thing, give him some fucking, them animal crackers with the sprinkles on them.
Wow.
And some Takis.
She posted for him on Father's Day. To the love of my life. When I picked you up, the first thing you wanted to do was call your children. I thank you for being the best daddy Princess ever had. One day they will all be in your arms and you will never let go.
Who's
also,
Princess?
her child. Because the picture she posted is of Apollo and her, and then she's holding a little girl's hand. So I think Princess is her child. Hers.
I mean, by somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, have to be. Because she's like half grown. She looks like she's probably 10 or 11 years old.
I think they got married in the jail.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So Apollo is her, you know what?
Her daddy in Christ.
No, her daddy incarcerated. Because the nigga is already back behind bars.
My word, Apollo.
Oh, she ain't black.
I mean, she looks like she might be mixed or something. I don't know.
Okay, well, whatever.
Speaking of kids, Cassie is pregnant.
Yes.
She and her new boo and fiance, I believe, Alex Fine, which is such a funny name because really he is actually fine.
He is fine.
Yeah, they're expecting. Cassie posted on her Instagram, "Can't wait to meet our baby girl," which is like the perfect way to be like, "Here, girl, I'm pregnant." Like, I
know y'all wanted to know.
Here, that's that. And they're like taking these edgy photos in like like an old classic car, and they just look like they belong in like an action love movie where they rob banks or whatever. I don't know.
Amen. Yes,
but yeah,
I see it.
She's expecting a baby girl apparently, with the love of her life. Alex posted 2 Instagram posts dedicated to one to Cassie and one to their unborn child.
Oh yeah, that was really sweet.
The first one says, "Letter to Cassie. I promise you that I will do every single thing in my power to support you and help you. I promise that you'll never be alone. I promise that you'll be loved beyond expectation, and we will show our children how to be in a healthy relationship. I promise to always come home with a great attitude and give our children and you undivided attention. I promise to always keep you and the child first. Nothing comes before you. I promise you will be showered in kisses and hugs every single day. I promise that I will be the best father/baby daddy," which I laughed at.
Yeah.
"You two are my greatest loves I have and will ever have. I cannot wait for the rest of our lives together and to raise a beautiful, happy child in our beautiful, happy life. Cassie, bitch, print this shit out, get it laminated."
Okay.
Because when I saw this, so
this is the sweetest thing.
It reminded me, I thought of how I would handle this. I'm gonna say, I'm putting this up on the refrigerator because in 5-10 years, you might need just a little bit of a flashback.
Just a refresher.
Another Boondocks reference. It reminded me. You remember that episode of the Boondocks?
Oh Lord!
Remember that episode of the Boondocks where that white teacher had asked Huey to produce the Christmas play?
Oh God!
And told him he could do whatever he wanted, and Huey was like, "I want it in writing." And he made that shit black and militant as fuck. And every time the teacher tried to interrupt, he would just pull out the paper and be like, "Contract."
You said it.
That's Cassie, chisel this shit in limestone, bitch, and tell this nigga when he act up in the future, contract. You said.
Yep. And you said it.
On June goddamn 13th of God's 2019 that you were going to come home with a good attitude every goddamn day, okay? You're violating your promise, nigga. Where is that?
This is hilarious.
Alex also posted another one and said, "Letter to my daughter. I will be the first man in your life and will show you the greatest love and affection now and forever." I mean, unless the doctor is male.
Don't do this.
"I never thought my heart could grow bigger after meeting your mother. Then I found out we were having you, and I instantly felt a love that is so indescribable. Promise to be at every dance recital, concert, sporting event, school plays, whatever you decide to do, I will be there and support you. I'm your #1 fan. I promise to be a man that you and your mother look up to and love. I will always listen and put the both of you first. I will show you a healthy relationship and how you deserve to be treated. I promise to never approve of any boy you like because they will never be good enough for my baby girl. Sorry. Work, Alex. Fuck these niggas. I can't promise that.
Oh my God. Men.
I can't promise that I won't embarrass you because I will give you so many kisses at every school drop off. I will be the dad that never forces my opinions on you. I will love you. I will love whatever you do in life as long as you're happy. I promise that I will be kind, sweet, and you will always be daddy's little girl. Promise to love you every single second unconditionally until my last breath. You're perfect to me and always will be."
Ooh.
What a guy.
Yeah. So many words for a fetus, but that's really sweet.
Right.
That is a really sweet sentiment. It's
That's
a little
dope.
weird that you're already talking about the boys that can't come talk to your daughter, but
does she have toenails yet?
no, I'm sure she doesn't, because Cassie, that picture she posted the other day, belly totally flat. So I feel like your baby, whatever she's doing right now, she's probably the size of a peanut or something. And maybe the eye
He's
sockets
already
are just
obsessed. They're so
cute. And I would rather a man be like overly excited about my pregnancy than underly excited.
Okay.
I would way rather that. So,
because these niggas be waiting to talk about their child at graduation.
And then take all the credit, every bit of the glory.
Right.
Posting the picture on Instagram like you was daddy daycare.
I don't know you.
That's not what happened. So best of luck to Cassie. I hope their love is exactly what they want.
Puffy reposted a photo of Cassie and Alex together on his Instagram with a caption that says, "Congratulations, Cassie and Alex. I wish you all nothing but love and happiness. God bless." With 3 heart emojis and love with spaces in between each letter. I love when y'all do that. And
my favorite.
Yeah, he kind of left it at that. Alex fine.
Did he comment?
No, but he did like someone else's comment that reads, Diddy really tried to steal your moment, along with your photo. I think people can see now who he really is. He has no place in the future you have both built. You're obviously a man with heart integrity and the right values. Blessings to you all. So, seems like the new nigga wasn't impressed.
I don't really, I have to say I don't see an issue with what Diddy did.
I don't really either.
I mean, unless he didn't mean it. If he was just being sarcastic or an asshole like Chris Brown was on Karrueche's post.
Oh, and we're getting
that was stank as hell.
I think that's up next.
But I don't think, I don't think that's so terrible. Of course, people are interested in what Diddy has to say about it. And it was a very respectful, loving message. Especially since we all know that he straight up said after Kim died that she was like the one who got away and the one he should have married and all that. It's like... Of course, he should be glad that she left and glad that she found a love that loves her back. Right.
But at the same time, we don't know them niggas. We don't know,
That's right, we don't.
The energy that existed in their relationship, and I bet you that Alex does. So,
that's a good point.
He might have a completely different perspective than the rest of us because he actually knows, real ass shit. So.
Right. I'm just saying as a total stranger looking in, it didn't seem that bad to me.
Yeah, me neither, but who knows?
Yeah.
Well... Chris Brown's up next, girls.
Even I heard about this.
Chile.
Why won't he just...
Now, is this Victor Cruz's official...
Yeah, it is.
Instagram? Team Vic?
Yep.
Wow, okay.
Right? He on his own team.
Right.
That's right. Team Vic, bitch.
He posted a picture with him and his lady love, Karrueche, and... It looks like she's on the set of Claws, honestly. It just looks like what her character wears. It's cute, but whatever. Yeah. But yeah, he posted a picture of them together, and his caption says, "Been missing my little ratchet boo."
Oh, that's the kind of love I want.
Right? Same.
Been missing my little hood rat.
Happy I get to see her tonight at 9 p.m. Yes. Oh, okay. The exact time. Oh, probably the show. Yes, right. Got it. I was like, what?
Yes, the show, nigga.
Bitch, I was like, what? Okay.
Oh, I want to be somebody's little hood rat.
Right? Same.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I want to be someone's ratchet boo.
Right? I really like that. Like, I really do like that.
Fuck that shit. Trina is here with Nicki Minaj and Megan. I'm not about to be Carisha to these hoes.
No, I'm not falling in love with nobody. No, the devil is a liar.
So Chris Brown, official, left a couple of captions under this very photo. First one says, "No shade, boo."
All shade, boo.
Followed by shade. "But please style him. He looked like he's shopping of the mannequin spelled M-A-N.
Oh, no.
I-K-I-N. As if autocorrect said, I just don't want to have nothing to do with this. Like this. This is like, I'm not helping you. I don't want to have anything to do with this.
So bad. That's terrible.
He looked like he's shopping of the mannequin and trying to bargain with the sales manager, retired wrestler Spanx. I'm fucking around. Good bless. And another comment says no shade. Another one says just minor.
Just minor shade.
Followed by nothing bad or major. Upgrade him, sis. I'll take him around to style him. Not hate. He just need some game spirit.
Chris Brown.
The internet fully imploded. I think that even before that, he posted on his story, is it a sucker move to think about your ex? Even though Chris Brown has like 5-6 exes that we know about.
Right. And I'm sure you do think about your ex every time you look at your new girlfriend because she looked exactly like Karrueche. So I'm sure you do. He does.
Yeah.
He likes that Asian black mix, very petite.
The Blasian, petite.
I know hair. This is not royalty.
What?
Oh my God, she's grown as fuck.
Yeah, Rosie's almost in high school.
Oh my God, I thought that was
Isn't
more.
she cute?
Oh, she looked like her damn daddy.
Splitting image.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
Twin.
Oh, that smile.
She's so fucking cute.
Oh God, what a doll.
He got another one coming too.
What? Mm-hmm. Are you serious?
Rumor has it his ex-girlfriend pregnant.
Ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, he was dating this girl named Amika Harris. And I don't know if you ever saw this, but like he made a little stamp on the Shade Room one day when he left a comment under one of her pictures that said BM bad, as in baby mama. Which people were like,
Huh.
Are you just calling her that, or is it?
Oh, okay. I thought this girl was still his girlfriend. I just didn't know her name.
No, apparently a quote-unquote source told Us Weekly that they're not dating anymore. They broke up a few months ago, but she is pregnant. So
I mean, she might be. These might be old pictures she's posting, but the one she posted 4 hours ago, just like Cassie, ain't no belly. So we'll see, I guess.
We know, who knows? We know, But
that's real. God damn, he really likes some Blasian. He really does. Her bio is Blasian with Cherokee blood.
Is that what it says?
Me and this girl would not get along. Not at all. God bless it.
My way.
Blasian with Cherokee blood. Oh my God.
So
help us, Jesus.
Chris Brown deleted most of those things and went to his Insta story for the following press release. It says, people going out their way. Leave them people alone, them people being Karrueche and her nigga, and stop creating unnecessary drama. Whoever's been DM any of my followers or commenting as me is lame as fuck. He also said the lengths people go through to be a fake ass bitch does amuse me. I got sent this by someone claiming to be Chris Brown on Facebook, and it's a picture of his passport.
Of Chris Brown's passport?
Yeah.
How do they have it? Oh, that's terrifying.
Okay,
that's scary.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
And then he says, I think that this is something that somebody else posted and that he put on his page. And it says, I swear every time Chris has shit going good for him, #1 song in the country, which I didn't know he had, somebody does something to bring negativity his way. If he said it wasn't him, then it wasn't him. Y'all know this dude stands behind everything he does or says, good or bad.
That's not true.
Here's the thing about saying that you were hacked, right? It's like the go-to move because, like, who can say?
Right. I mean, unless it sounds exactly like
something you would do.
In which case, I think we all can say that, nigga, that was you. And
sounded like you were lit one evening and in your feelings about it, and you decided to roast this nigga because fuck him.
And you talking about people making a big deal out of nothing, but like, had you not commented, and we know you did, so please drop that hack bullshit, then nobody would have had anything to talk about. Or even, I think he could have, well, no.
This nigga's not even a bad dresser.
Pregnant.
I'm looking at his page right now.
Just everybody block each other and leave. No, he's talking about Vic. Vic is the one who needs to dress better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm on his page. He's not a bad dresser at all.
I don't think it's like tacky or anything. I think Chris Brown is, he was
just in his feelings.
Maybe it's an age crack, because how old is Victor?
He gotta be around the same age. I guarantee you this nigga younger than me.
How old is Chris Brown now? I keep thinking
30.
He's a child.
He's 30.
Okay. God damn.
Karrueche's so cute.
Yeah, because Victor Cruz is only 32. So, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with Chris, other than somebody need to change his Instagram password. And
what's wrong with Chris is the fact that his ex-girlfriend that he feels like he made is happy without him, with a nigga that looks good as fuck, is probably breaking off adequate dick. You know what I'm saying?
Victor Cruz is fine.
And she's on a show that's in its 3rd season that's doing well.
She's really good on it.
She's happy, and she's happy without him. And that is the worst thing you can do to a nigga. That's the worst thing you can do to a fuck nigga is move on with your life and smile.
Yep.
Right?
And be happy. Not worried about him. How dare you? Chris, leave that girl and her man the fuck alone. It's that simple.
I mean, that's it.
Don't you have even if you don't have another baby come in, royalty got all kinds of questions. She's learning things. There's all sorts of developments in her world. Just log off and go worry about your baby. Because Karrueche and that man, just let them do whatever it is they doing. It don't... it's just so many things about Chris Brown that don't make sense. But when a nigga refused to do better... Does he have the #1? I was about to ask you, what is the #1 song in the country?
Old Town Road.
He's on an Old Town Road remix?
No.
Oh.
He doesn't have the #1 song.
Oh.
Maybe he has like the #1 R&B song or something like that. Because you know, when you're #1 on like those specific charts and not like the Hot 100, people just say they still have the #1 song in the country. Even though that's literally not how it works.
Even if it's #1 on the R&B chart.
Lil Nas X still has #1.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really not letting... Oh, well, you know what? It's because the fucking kids love it.
Oh, yeah.
Once the kids
it's
decide
Baby
that
Shark.
that's their shit, yes, it's Baby fucking Shark.
Hell yeah.
Did you see that video of him performing at an elementary school?
Those babies acted like Michael Jackson came out of the grave. Like,
they weren't ready at all.
They fucking lost it. Like, there was
Soon
like...
as the beat dropped.
a kindergarten mosh pit happening for Old Town Road.
I got the horses in the back.
Like, what?
That is the shit, okay?
Chris Brown and Drake are number 9 on the Hot 100 right now.
Oh, that's good. Chris
so
Brown
they're
and
top
Drake.
10.
Oh, good God. What the hell song is that?
No Guidance. It's like
It's called No Guidance?
Yeah, that's the name of it. It's like a smooth R&B-esque vibey song. I like it.
I haven't heard it. I guess I'll listen to it, but I thought they hated each other.
Right, which
What
is
happened to all
that's
that?
why this was supposed to be like a big deal, and look at us working together. I'm like, nigga, that was ages ago. Y'all was throwing bottles at each other in the club. We don't care about that no more.
It was a long time ago. So, all right, well, whatever.
Y'all have had bigger and badder beefs than that. Work the Baby is number 8. Post Malone and Sway Lee. Post Malone is in the top 10 twice. Ed Sheeran is number 5.
Dog,
the Jonas Brothers?
Not at all up on pop. What is popular? I am not at all up on him.
Of the top 10, I have heard 3 of these songs. Nope, 4, because I've definitely have Billie Eilish's album. But I don't.
Oh, is that good? Everybody has been.
I love her.
I've heard really good reviews.
I love her. I love her.
But she's white though, right?
Yes, she's 17. She makes like, I don't even know really how to, like horror pop, thriller.
Horror pop.
She's just like, she's like an edgy, depressed young kid.
Okay.
She's dope. I love her.
Wow, Post Malone is 6 and 7.
Yep.
Oh, No Guidance is number 9.
I don't know and one of these fucking songs.
Yeah, no. Sam Smith and Normani have a song out.
Did not know that. Every time I think of Sam Smith now, I think of how he tried Michael Jackson on that boat.
Oh, yes.
And Adam Lambert posted it anyway.
He did. That was rude. Adam Lambert, not your friend.
Nigga, I wonder if they squared up on that boat.
Probably.
Like, bitch.
Who the fuck is Polo G or Lil J?
Could not tell you. Lil TJ, maybe?
Oh, my God. Nigga, if that's Lil TJ, I will...
you know
okay,
that's what
Truth Hurts. Look at Lizzo.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Did you see her
10,
performance?
I am so glad.
At the VMAs?
I saw
whatever.
Yeah, I saw pictures of it, but I didn't see the video.
She did like a Sister Act tribute.
Oh my God, yes, I need to go look at that. And didn't she perform for Missy too? When Missy, oh God, you know Lizzo is just really that bitch.
And Whoopi was on The View living. Like, she was like, "Don't tell me that this generation can't connect with Sister Act because." I was like, "All right, bitch,
whoever
get off
said
yours."
that?
I don't know.
Everybody loves Sister Act.
Probably
girl.
execs.
Oh,
because you know them old white people don't know shit.
Yeah, you don't know shit. Because let me tell you something, nigga chillin' will never get tired of Sister Act. Especially not Sister Act 2. Bitch, not ever, okay? Oh, that's good.
Low-key.
That's great.
Like, sidebar. So I saw this video in the Shade Room today of Bella Thorne, who... actress, MTV girl, whatever. But she had like, I guess she was hacked and someone was like blackmailing her, like threatening to release her nudes. So I think that she released them herself just as a way to be like,
what?
You know, like, fuck you, you know, like, whatever. So...
I mean, because they was going to come out anyway.
Right.
So, yeah.
So she's been like mortified by it. And I guess Whoopi talked about it on The View, or they talked about it on The View. And one of the things that Whoopi said was like, if you're famous, I don't care how old you are, you shouldn't be taking nude photos of yourself. And she was like really upset by it, crying and stuff on Instagram. And someone in the comments on the Shade Room said, don't come for Whoopi, okay? She saved a whole bunch of black kids. She changed Lauryn Hill's life. Y'all are fucking going to Hades.
She advocated for Lauryn Hill when her mama would not let her be in the show, okay? The choir and the competition was out.
You don't know anything about Sister Dawn. I was like, fuck.
Well, I just Googled this little girl. She's 21 years old.
Yeah, she's a kid.
So I think Whoopi's speaking on something that she cannot really relate to.
It's funny because I had just watched yesterday this first episode of Euphoria on HBO, the Zendaya show.
I watched 15 minutes of that and I said, I'm going to have to come back to this. But let me tell you something. These kids are fucked up. As hell.
I felt like it was a little bit heavy-handed, but...
I was just like, holy shit.
But a lot of it, I get, because I was 17, fully around niggas who were on drugs, fucking wild, getting pregnant, doing all kinds of dumb shit. So I'm just like, okay, of this generation, I mean, we didn't even have MySpace when I was in high school. So like the whole social media thing and sending nudes, like we were lucky if we had Snake on our phone when I was in high school. So I get that it's like a different time. But one of the things that stood out to me that Zendaya's character Rue says is about nudes and how it's just like, I wish I could remember the line because it really jumped out at me, but it was basically like, don't shame us for sending nudes, like we're young people and basically we're human beings and that's just a thing that we do. It's a part of our communication when you like somebody. It doesn't give anybody the right to like violate you.
Right. Well, it looks like this girl's iCloud got hacked.
Might be it.
So that's even worse because it's not like one of her niggas.
Right, I think it's like just a complete stranger.
Oh my God. Celebrities got to start making up like dummy email addresses that are just a random combination of letters and numbers for their email addresses so that nobody knows what their iCloud email could be so that they can't hack into it because this is insane.
Also, Megan Thee Stallion said send them a pic of somebody else's titties.
She did say that. She did. She said that's what she do.
So
that is what she do.
There's got to be a porn star out here that's
But like, just because you're taking nudes doesn't mean you're sending them. You might just be playing around with angles. You might just want to try out a new selfie stick. It's your body.
It's your
and you can
body.
Take pictures of it if you want to.
Thanks.
And that does not mean like just because she's famous doesn't mean she's not a human being anymore. Whoopi is she's talking about something she don't know nothing about.
I mean,
because she's many generations, well, not generations, but many decades removed from this behavior.
She really hurt that girl's feelings.
I'm sure she did, because that's Whoopi fucking Goldberg.
Right, she stands.
Right,
like,
who doesn't?
My feelings would have been hurt too.
I would have been crying too, but I see a bunch of other young people spoke up for her. So I still don't know who the hell she is. You said Bella, and I thought you meant that Hadid girl. I don't know who this is.
Yeah, no. All I know is that she's acted in some MTV shows, and I think she makes music too. But
it's a whole list of stuff she's on or in her Wikipedia, but I ain't never seen none of this. So
God bless her.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Ugh. Woo, people are fucking terrible.
I mean,
just trash. Leave people alone.
Take a clip pic. Just because you
want
want to.
Without being harassed.
What the fuck?
And fuck whoever was gonna like extort that girl behind her nudes.
You're a weak ass bitch for that shit. All right, well, that's about it for me and the hot tops. Or are you afraid of the dick? Like, are you afraid of the dark? Get it?
I definitely get it.
Oh my God.
Might be afraid of both. We're back.
Okay, so let's take a break and we'll come right back. Hey y'all, so it's summertime. You're probably going out and you're going to want to, maybe flirt with a cute young thing out somewhere and maybe want to flash them a smile. Well, you shouldn't be doing it if your breath and your teeth ain't fresh. Okay, it's important. And hell, a lot of y'all ain't even washing your legs. So I don't know what God knows what your mouth look like. Okay, so get with our sponsor. They're Quip. Okay, they've got an easy way to start with your brushing habits. They've one of the first electric toothbrushes accepted by the American Dental Association. Quip can help pave the way to a healthier mouth and mind in just 2 minutes twice a day. Twice a day.
It's important.
Not to mention with brush heads delivered on a dentist recommended schedule of every 3 months for just $5. Yes, you need to change your brush head.
You do.
Quip provides a friendly reminder to stay committed to your oral health. And now the whole family can get refreshed with Quip thanks to the new Kids Quip, which has the same 2-minute timer and guiding pulses as the original version. There are no childish gimmicks. It's just a kid-friendly features like a small brush head, watermelon, anti-cavity toothpaste if your kids love that candy toothpaste that my mama wouldn't let us have.
Me either.
And rubber grip handles and colors that all of your little ones will love.
I might actually buy some watermelon toothpaste right now as a whole grown adult.
Me too.
Just to take on trips with me and stuff. And that's why the Quip is so clutch, because it travels so well. It has the little case. Everything stays, sanitized the way I like. I have issues around germs and things. And so it's just so important to me. But Quip makes it very simple. That's why me and Kid Fury and over 1 million other happy, healthy mouths love Quip so much. It starts at just $25. All you gotta do is go to getquip.com/theread right now, and you can get your first refill pack free. That is right, first refill pack free at getquip.com/theread. It's really, really important to take care of your teeth, y'all. So let them know we sent you.
Okay, guys, we're back. It is now time for your listener letters.
Woo, and here the fuck, y'all have been cutting the fuck up, man.
Oh,
Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. Also, you don't have to send the same email 30 times. Like, we just have a lot in here. Like, right now we have about 13,000 unread emails. So I'm getting through them as well as I can. But we just, and also we don't do the birthday, anniversary, whatever shout outs, because if we do it for you, we'd have to do it for every fucking body.
That's
and there
true.
are always like 50 of them in here. So if you've been asking about that, that's why. All right, let's get to the first question, which comes from Roshina, who says, I've been listening to y'all for a year now, and you have really helped me at times when I felt alone.
Oh, we're trash.
I have also been with my fiance for about a year.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We got engaged pretty quick, and I'm also pregnant.
All right.
It's crazy because I never thought I'd get to this point. I'm 29 going on 30 and he's 35. So we moved fast with the mutual understanding of what we both wanted. I know it was risky, but to my surprise, things are too good to be true. And I love myself even more through him. Okay. I really feel like God blessed me to find him.
Oh, girl, what's the problem?
Now that I've been with my fiance, I realized that... Wait, what? Hold on. Side note. I remember Crystal saying that she felt like she was trash because you would see a man and get pregnant and say, hey, it's a free pregnancy. Girl, I was just bullshitting, but okay.
What?
Right, because I've said many times I might just fucking nigga have a free baby and leave.
Right.
I don't. That was like a joke. But
yeah.
I might, but it is a joke. But anyway. She said, now that I've been with my fiance, I realize we really do want to be together, and I'm not just saving my eggs. I'm really trying to dedicate myself to this foundation we are building. What, girl? What? Y'all been together for a year. There's a catch to this, and that catch is me getting over my bullshit, trash, FBI suspecting ways. It makes me miserable to know that I'm this insecure, and I'm trying to get over it so it doesn't depress both me and my fiance.
Oh, God.
My man is wonderful, giving, caring, understands, is patient with me, just everything. I know his whole family, and he's completely cut off chicks from his past. That means blocking them on social media and no more texting people who aren't our significant other. Uh-huh. He's gentle and really does everything to listen. I know he's a good man, and it's because, like with many exes in the past, I turned into an FBI agent and checked all his stuff before we got really serious. Mm-hmm. Before we got engaged, I went through my man's computer, found all his passwords, looked through all his accounts, and could not find anything. Not even the deleted folder had anything bad. I was amazed, but I did find emails from his ex who was upset that we were together. They had been together for a while before, and she thought that he was going to be the one. I get it, but he wrote back and told her that she needed to move on, and I have a problem with the fact that he would even respond to her in the first place.
Bitch, no, you did not.
He was nice to her, and he let her off easy, but I still confronted him about it and cried, which doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't,
he did
sis.
everything right.
At least you know that.
She goes on and on about her fucking insecurity issues, and so let's just skip a lot of this and go to the end. I hate that I am this insecure that I go on rants and start investigations on this man. He doesn't deserve it, but even when he comes home late, but even if he's 30 minutes late coming home, I start panicking. My heart is racing and my mind goes everywhere, and I literally think of the world just burning to the ground because God forbid he met some cute girl at the gas station, he talked to a female coworker too long, or whatever. I know people in marriages are still attracted to others, but they don't have to act on it. I know my man is a good man, but I can't help but think of the worst of him and him potentially cheating one day. I feel miserable when I do this. And I feel like the cops in when they see us who fucked with those innocent ass kids and ruined their lives and possibly their mental health. I'm at risk of ruining our marriage, our unborn baby's future, and I'm at risk of depression because of this. Please help. How do I get over it? What can I do to change my thought process? This is such a good man, and I don't want to keep confronting him over bullshit he's not even doing. Thanks, Roshina. Jesus.
Girl. You need therapy.
You really do, sis.
I'm not even saying that from like...
It's never a joke when we say that.
Yeah, like I'm not. You honestly need to talk to somebody because you have legitimate like insecurity issues that a professional probably needs to help you unpack. Because the fact that you did all of that searching and you found... When you did find a woman talking to him, a woman who has, romantic interest in him, right. He literally told the girl to beat feet. So, like,
right.
And you were mad that he even responded to her.
Like, the nigga cannot win. Sis, you have some real deep trust issues.
What you're going to end up doing is driving him away because you just can't live and accept the fact that he's happy with you and wants to be with you, and you're looking for a problem, and it's going to be like self-fulfilling prophecy because eventually this nigga's going to just be like, I don't want to go home because she's crazy. I'm going to go to the bar with my niggas, and there's going to be some other girl who's at the bar, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, that's not what this situation is. And on top of that, you're pregnant, you're driving yourself crazy about stuff that doesn't need to be driving you crazy.
Honestly, it sounds to me like you don't trust yourself, and that's why you don't trust this man. Y'all have only been together for a year. You're already engaged and pregnant. I don't think y'all need to be engaged.
It's not even specific to him. You know, it's not even like, you know, a lot of us
like you're
date
so
niggas that have cheated or have, you know, caused you to lose trust in them specifically, and you try to make it work and it's difficult to trust them again. That's like a real thing that I would still tell you to go talk to somebody about.
Yes.
But this is like something completely different. It sounds like no matter who the nigga was, you would have the same issue with them. And so for your own peace of mind, for like the safety of yourself, your own health, your kids' health, everybody's sanity, I would say talk to a professional, sit down with somebody who can help you figure out where all of this stuff is stemming from and help you to come up with exercises, practices, whatever it needs to be done to help you become more comfortable with the fact that somebody loves you and is okay with you. Is that what it is? Like, do you feel like there's something wrong with you?
Like you don't deserve it?
Do you feel flawed in a way that like this nigga couldn't possibly love me? He's gonna go find someone else? Because that, like, no shade, that's been me. Like that very early 20s me was like, oh, I'm garbage. You know, I'm not cute. You know what I'm saying? I'm not deserving of this, that, and the third. This nigga's gonna be, you know, whatever. So.
No, girl. I mean, and she does mention in the email that some of it stems from insecurities of being treated badly in the past by men, but most of us have that experience. And I would even venture to say probably a lot of us do some snooping around, especially earlier once you've decided to be in a relationship.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think it's uncommon for people to snoop.
No.
But if you don't find nothing, most people will leave it at that.
Right.
And the fact that you keep going off the deep end, like she even mentions that he has agreed to only talk to certain female coworkers at certain times, and like she got all mad because like,
so he know you crazy.
Yeah, no, and he has agreed to some of her things. Like he has tried to work with her on how ridiculous she's being, and she can't stop. Which is how I know it don't have nothing to do with him.
Yeah, it doesn't
everything
have
to do with you.
Anything to do with him.
And sis, I know you mentioned that, you know, the show is helpful for people who can't afford therapy or aren't ready for therapy, but the show is not therapy, and that is what you need. We can't fix this. You're going to have to go internally and find out where your distrust of yourself and your ability to make decisions lies. Because I feel like that is what's really at the root of this, not necessarily all the other men you've been with. Either way I look at this, I feel like you need some actual professional help. Yeah. And not even like I'm about to lose this man, but just like you about to lose your mind.
I don't think that there is anyone who hasn't experienced it's 9:45. This nigga ain't here yet. You know, like, I think everyone sort of had that moment at some point with someone.
Yeah.
But, like, not only is this guy not giving you any reason to not trust him, he's literally giving you reason to trust him.
Yeah.
You know, and that, like, girl.
No matter what he does, it's not good enough.
You got to talk to somebody about that shit for real, sis. Because, like, whether it's this guy or some other guy or whatever, you deserve to be in a situation where you're happy and healthy and loved and don't have to worry about what's happening when this nigga is not in your line of sight.
Right.
You know, that's just not, it's not fun. It's not conducive to, like...
It's not a healthy relationship.
It's just not.
A healthy relationship does not exist without mutual trust. And y'all don't have it.
Yeah.
So you are really going to have to do some work on the self first, because...
Can you imagine it?
No, because, I mean, to be real, if I was your man, I would have been left you. I ain't got time for all that shit.
I'm sorry.
I don't have time for all that. You don't trust me when I walk out the door, so then, girl, I'm not coming back.
Let me get this straight. I told my ex to fuck off. And you're mad that I said anything to them?
And you mad what? That she emailed me at all? I cannot. What do you want me to do? That is just so, no, sis. You know you being irrational. And if you feel like you can't stop it. And if anytime you feel yourself doing something that you know isn't right or doesn't feel good and you feel unable to stop doing it, that'll let you know you need a professional's help.
Yeah, I would be far more concerned for you if you were like, well, this nigga ain't shit. There ain't nothing wrong with me. Because I know that,
right.
You obviously know that the way that you're thinking is not healthy and that it's, just going to end up being destructive or whatever.
Crazy.
And so that's like the best place to start. So
Amen.
I would definitely look for somebody locally. My personal preference has always been a woman of color, specifically a black woman.
Right.
But you can, figure out whoever it might be.
Whoever you vibe with is whoever
most
you vibe
comfortable.
with.
Right. And just get someone to sit, you can sit down with who'll hear you out and figure out what's going on. Maybe y'all can go together at times and things like that. But yeah, he sounds like he's not a bad nigga, girl.
Right. So you're going to have to curb this behavior before looking for a problem turns into its own problem.
For
and
real.
I feel like y'all not far away from that at all.
And then you're really going to be
y'all
fucked.
have so much going on. Engaged and pregnant in a year? Woo! Chile. You would need therapy even if you both totally trusted each other, because that's just so much. That's big life changes. So best of luck to you, Rashina. Hope it goes well. Next question comes from Antonio, who says, I left my ex-boyfriend last week and initially I felt okay about it. I was excited to move on, but now I feel stuck. I think about him a lot, which is sort of inevitable given that it's only been a week. But I think a big part of the reason why I can't stop thinking about him and why I miss him so much is because I cannot for the life of me stop checking this nigga's social media. It's one of the first things I do when I wake up. I check it at work. I check it on my break. It's honestly ruining my life.
You get up and look at this nigga's
First
IG?
thing in the morning. First thing he does. As much as I'd love to stop checking it, I can't. I've gotten to the point where I check it less, but I still find myself wanting to know what he's saying and doing online. I know it's none of my business, but I've seen some of his tweets and I can tell he's been upset and sad about me leaving, but it was truly what I needed to do.
So,
have either of you ever experienced this? Do you have any advice on how I can stop worrying about what he's doing since I'm the one who let him go? He ain't mine anymore and I want my life back. Help. Thanks, Antonio.
okay, so I've definitely experienced like going and looking at an ex's social media.
Yeah.
Right. I don't believe I just woke up and looked at it, but I've definitely been there and I had to block them.
Woo.
That's just what I did. Like, I blocked them. I muted their name on everything so I would never see anybody else
that's so real.
tweet or retweet them or post their shit or whatever. Like, I did everything I possibly could think of within the features of my devices to make sure that I did not have access to them at all. You know what I'm saying? Put their number in like under another name. I actually have like in my phone I have the word trash, and I just put any number that I just don't want to answer or should not answer. I just put it under there. So there's like a list of numbers underneath trash.
Just assorted people who are all trash.
Like, so when I see trash come up, I don't know who it is because it could be more than one person.
Right.
But I know, okay, don't pick that up.
Right. Well, girl, it's kind of like the other litter where you're the one creating the issue here. Y'all did only break up a week ago. And so this is like ultra common. I think, give yourself probably a few more weeks. I don't know how long y'all were together. Right. But yeah, since it is like interfering with your life, you feel like it's ruining your life, you're going to have to be more proactive about this man's Instagram and Twitter and all that. And maybe you don't want to hurt his feelings. Like you feel like it's hurting his feelings by blocking him, but the relationship is over. Y'all need to move on. I'm sure he's checking your shit too.
Yep.
So I think you're going to find it difficult to move on if you constantly, like multiple times every day, checking in on what that nigga is doing. You still fully immersing yourself in his business, talking about he not mine no more. Well, you need to act like it.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you, because a lot of people have the issue of like constantly checking up on their exes, where it's like, you don't want that nigga or that nigga don't want you. And it's time to just accept it.
It sounds like you don't want that nigga in this case.
Right. And you don't want him, and you hate to see him sad and upset. He's going to be sad and upset because he got left. You know, you're going to have to be the grown up here. Put your big boy pants on and block that nigga so that you can stop yourself, and block him on your Finsta too, so that you can stop yourself from going through and checking up on what that man is doing. It's just like utterly unnecessary. So best of luck to you, Antonio. Next question comes from Wit, who says, I'm raising a stepdaughter and I'm wondering if you guys have thoughts on the kind of rule about opposite sex friends being in the bedroom. So she says, as a general rule in my house growing up, there were no boys allowed in my room because a boy in a girl's room was just a no-no.
Okay.
I'm sure that stemmed from the assumption that we're both straight and could have sex under the parents' roof.
Right.
So now that I'm raising a stepdaughter, my stepdaughter's 14 and has previously only expressed interest in boys, but I'm not going to assume that this necessarily means she's straight. There have been one or two other conversations that make me think she may have some interest in girls, but anyway. This past weekend, she had a slumber party with all her girlfriends here. One of them recently came out to my stepdaughter, and I'm wondering if the rule applies that no boys should be allowed in her room. Should we also not let her lesbian friends in the room?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Additionally, one of her best guy friends is gay. Do we let him in her room because he's gay? Or do we not let him in her room because he's a boy? Maybe our answer lays in just flat out asking her about her sexuality, but the girl is only 14 and she may not even have it figured out yet. I personally think it isn't fair to not let her lesbian friends in her room, but I also think it's unfair to let her gay friends in her room. What would you guys do? What kind of don't have sex under my roof restrictions would you put in place for your kids? Or would you let everyone in their room under the premise that it's better if they fool around in your home than out in the streets somewhere? Hope this makes sense, and I hope it is not insensitive. That was not my intent. With love, Wit.
Okay. Here's the thing. I haven't really pictured myself as a parent. Much less, sort of, but definitely not the parent of a teenager.
Right.
If your kid wants to engage in something sexual, they're gonna. They don't have to do it at your house.
They'll do it at school.
So they will do it at school. So there's and there are other homes to go over and hang out at and things like that. And somebody else's mama got different rules and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, I get the whole no boys in the room or leave the door open and all that shit that parents have been doing for ages or whatever. Yeah. But I think that you're overthinking this.
Yeah, I do too. I really do. Because
homegirl might just have friends.
Right. I agree with that. I think you're putting way too much into a situation that does not have to be that serious.
At all.
I personally am a big fan of I don't care who's in your room as long as the door is open.
Yep.
Type situation. I feel like anybody of any gender, your friends are free to hang out at this house,
Leave the door open.
Even if it's you can hang out in the house but not in her room. I just think it's when you get to, everybody can go in your room except your dyke friend because she might, be attracted to you. It's just okay, y'all are, I really feel like black parents in particular are already doing way too much around the idea of their kids having sex. Way too much. A lot of y'all, it's either you're totally off the deep end and you one of them parents who roll the weed and prepare the cocaine for your kids and pour the drinks and all that, or you're ridiculous trying to lock your child up in their room and make sure they never have any sexual contact at all in their lives. And I just think there's a healthy middle ground here that doesn't make her or her friends feel like there's something wrong with them.
Absolutely agree. I think that there's definitely has to be a middle ground where everyone can be comfortable and you're not ostracizing, these specific people or these specific friends because of their sexuality.
Right.
Odds are the girls just want to go in there and talk about their favorite rapper or whatever and, gossip about the bitch that they hate at school and things like that.
Right.
And, I definitely would probably be the girl who's leave that door open or at the very least cracked.
Right. And I really don't see no issue with that.
I don't either.
You are the stepmama, so I would double check with her mama about this, maybe see how her mama feels. Definitely talk to your husband about it, but And
you'd be surprised how kids react when you're mellow about shit. Right. Not I can't think of the word, but you're not you're ignoring their stuff or just letting them do or say whatever. Mm-hmm. But when you're just look, girl, A, B, and C is the rules. Have a blast.
Right.
You know, you'll be, I think, very surprised how many people will be like, oh, I think it's when older people start to make teens and younger kids feel like stifled or feel like you can't do this stuff because that is for grown-ups.
Right.
That we feel like, oh, bitch, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I was just about to say, I feel like so many people approach raising teenagers in like a punitive way. Like you automatically have to think of ways that you're going to punish them for going outside of whatever your rules are. And I think if there was an environment where there could be openness and she was free to talk about sex or sexuality or any desires she has or anything else like that, and then y'all were also like, the parents are the ones who have to foster that environment of openness and like being able to talk.
Right.
So honestly, I would sit down with her daddy and probably her mama too and be like, so, you know, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're going through, we want you to feel like you are more than welcome to come talk to us. There will be no judgment about whatever it is you're experiencing. We have to have rules in the house, but like, as long as you respect us and the home, we will do the exact same thing for you. And something reasonable can be figured out here. It doesn't have to be your house is the teenage orgy house. And it doesn't have to be your house is like the ultra ridiculous house either. So, you know, just open communication. Talking to teenagers like they are people who understand what's going on. Let them know, like, you're 14. Hormones are everywhere. You're probably going to be feeling aroused.
Yep.
Like, this is how you deal with that.
Yep.
This is what is blocked. Like, you have to be real with teenagers because they will be grown in just a few years and fully able to go do whatever the fuck they want to. And meanwhile, they are half raised.
And they're seeing fucking on their timeline whether they want to or not.
Right,
Which
exactly.
Is, like,
if she's 14, fucking is not too far away from her life or as a topic in her life.
Right.
So it's time to just be real about it and stop acting like there's a one-size-fits-all rule for raising kids. Y'all know this little girl?
I think that as long as you, because even sitting down and talking to teenagers about this stuff can be tricky because we all know that when you're, especially 14, it's like, oh, here you go, trying to be my best friend or relate to me and act like you get it, bitch, and you don't. You know, so I think that as long as there is a casual or a casual way to say and have this kid understand, like, just as long as you have the respect for the house and for us, and you know we have this understanding, like, cool, because we understand that you are of this age and this is something that happens at this age. We were this age once too. You know, fine.
I really hate that that whole line of thinking that goes along, well, this is what was the rule when I grew up, so it's your rule too.
That does not work.
Well, maybe it was fucked up then. Or maybe the rule worked for you, but I am a totally different person and it's not going to work for me. You have to tailor what you're going to do to each individual child that you have.
Absolutely.
So, good luck to y'all. I think you will be okay, but there's just a real need for openness and honesty and non-judgment that teenagers really need from their parents. So,
yep.
All right, last question. Excuse me. This is a question for the couch. It's from, I'm not calling you the name that you put in here, girl. From Chrisandra. Chrisandra said, I've been going to therapy for a year now, and I thought it was a good time to reflect on how this past year has helped me. At the end of my reflection, I realized that I am still unhappy and was ready to change therapists. I came in with the idea that by at least a year's time, I would feel better and be much happier than I was before. Going a little deeper, however, I realized that I really hadn't done the things my therapist suggested, like moving out of my parents' house, exercising more, meditating, etc. My therapist and I discussed why, and we decided that these next few months would be about consistency. But woo chile is difficult because the one side of me wants to get better and the other side of me wants to lay down and go to sleep. Did you all have this myth that therapy was supposed to make you happy? If that wasn't the case, what were your expectations going in? How have those expectations changed? What advice would you give people regarding checking in on how therapy is working for them? Thanks, Chrisandra.
What was the last sentence?
What advice would you give people regarding like self-checking, like checking in with yourself on how therapy is working for you? I think it's just that easy. Like, how is therapy working for me? When I started a year and a half ago, what place was I in mentally, emotionally, and what place am I in now? Is there improvement or no?
My therapist has definitely pointed out things to me, like differences in my mood and like my thought process and all of that versus when we started meeting like however many years ago. But for me, I never looked at therapy as a way for me to be happy or as like a cure for what was not making me happy. I looked at therapy as a way to like learn tools or exercises or whatever that I could apply to myself for when I'm not happy. I didn't expect that I'm going to go in there and talk to this lady however many times and all of a sudden all of my depression is gone. I just wanted a way to learn how to manage it because just being unhappy is a part of life. You know, it's like it's going to come and go. And that's another thing that I've learned from going to therapy. Like now when I'm really depressed, like last week was ugly. And I know that I try to tell myself like this is temporary. Life and emotions is like the longest roller coaster in the world. So there are ups and downs to it and shit. So yeah, my expectation was just like, ma'am, can you tell me how to figure this shit out? Because
I'm losing it.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I think I did have the expectation that therapy would make me happier. However, I did not think it would take a year. I'm like, the issues I have, bitch, this will be a while.
Yeah.
Unpacking all my shit, girl, like you might as well buckle in, bitch, because it is going to be a minute. But also, like you mentioned that you never really did your therapist homework, stuff like getting out of your parents' house, which is probably more difficult. Of course, it's easier said than done, but exercising and meditating and journaling and all that shit that therapists tell you to do, they don't tell you to do that for the fun of it. Those things, they really help your mental health. It really helps to just take 15, 20 minutes every day and be present in the moment. It really helps to write down what you're feeling every day. It helps to exercise. Endorphins and all that shit make you feel a lot better. But it is hard to do those things when you're depressed because the depression says, you know what we could also do? Sit here and play Breath of the Wild for 500 hours. We could do that as well. And that would be fun as well, you know? So I understand completely that one part of you wants to make the effort and the other part is like, bitch, leave me alone. Because that is also my struggle every fucking day. But I just think that you have to first be willing to do the work, pushing yourself to do it. And for me, that sometimes look like being like, okay, I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm going to fold all these fucking clothes because they have been clean for 2 days and I have not folded these hoes yet. And so I am just going to fold and put away the fucking clothes so that I do not have to think about it anymore. It's literally pushing yourself to do things that are good for you and that will make you feel better. They will increase your happiness or your peace in your environment or within yourself. But you have to get past that bullshit that is telling you to sit down, lay down, don't worry about that, bitch, let's just eat a burger and watch Netflix. Or, you know, you just have to get past that part that is resistant in order to do things. Because bitch, when I tell you every single time I do something that is actually self-care, just cleaning my fucking house or working out with my trainer or meditating, every fucking time I feel better. There is not one goddamn time that I do not feel better after doing that shit. And it doesn't even have to be like I was depressed and now I'm ready to go socialize with the world. It's like I was depressed and now I'm slightly less depressed in a clean house. You feel a bit lighter. It's like, well, everything might be fucked up, but my house ain't fucked up. It's really, sometimes it's that simple. So you definitely have to
you'll like know what your thing is.
Yes, you will know what your, and almost always when I am like avoiding my work, if I've like been playing a video game for too long or whatever, I'll be like, I'll check in with myself and I'll be like, bitch, why we don't feel good? Why we feel uneasy right now? Why we feel restless? And then the smart part of me will be like, because you know good and goddamn well you need to get up and go clean them bathrooms and you ain't did it. And you sitting here playing Rayman Legends instead.
Great game.
So it is. So whenever you done catching looms and freeing teensies and you want to go clean the fucking bathroom. And then you wouldn't be sitting here feeling uneasy and restless because you know good and goddamn well you have things you need to be doing. I understand, sis. I really do. But it's about pushing yourself just however hard you can in whatever small ways you can. And really, I cannot recommend meditating and journaling enough because those are things that are free or like low cost and can just help so much with your own inner peace and your mental health.
Even yoga.
And all that. Yes. All that bullshit. All that healthy bullshit. It all fucking works, man.
It really does.
It fucking works.
It's like people are telling the truth all this time.
Drinking water is life-changing.
Oh, yeah.
It will change everything about you. I I got one of them. I got a water cooler in my house, and now it's like drinking water 24/7 because it's right there, and it's like made it so much easier.
Well, I stay having to drink water anyway because of my stomach. But
yeah. Your stomach don't play with you at all. You got to be real careful.
My stomach's like, we need to be double hydrated.
Yes, bitch. So don't play
girls.
with me,
or I'm just not gonna do nothing.
Right, or even like getting enough sleep, or getting like quality sleep.
Yeah,
like the smallest things.
You just really have to like invest in yourself a bit more, like in all of the angles that we sort of shrug off, because especially when you're a certain age, we're so used to just like, oh, I'll get to that, and
It don't matter.
But yeah, no, like
it do matter.
The other day I was in like the shittiest headspace, and I had a million things to do, and I didn't know where to start. But I said, you know what? I spend the bulk of my day in this room. I'm gonna clean it, and I cleaned every inch of that room, and I felt like I had ascended.
I know you did.
I know
you felt like a new person.
Oh, bitch, I got the best sleep that night. It was just, and I mean, cleaning your room is like a basic thing. We should all be cleaning our rooms.
Right.
But there was just something about it. Like, not only did I have one less thing to worry about, I felt good that I did it. I felt good that I got it done. Right. You know what I mean? I felt like I did something productive. I felt like I could actually do more work in that space if I wanted to work in that space. It's just, sometimes you have to get started. I think it's the getting started that is the difficult part. But once you're in it and you finish, even if you don't finish, if you do half of it or whatever,
you feel better.
You feel better.
Yes, you really do. And I truly believe in that hippie bullshit about things having energy, and when your things are spread out everywhere and things are in chaos or disarray, your energy is also affected by that.
Yep.
And then once you change your energy by throwing things away or putting them where they belong and all that shit, your energy also shifts. I always sleep better when my bedroom is squeaky fucking clean and the AC is turned all the way the fuck up. It's
and bitch,
girl,
don't light a candle.
Oh no. Good. I have to hurry up and blow that shit out because it will burn all night fucking with me. I can't do that. But just whatever small things you can do, sis, I think, just to get back to this and wrap it up. Whatever you can force yourself into doing, no matter how small the task is or how long or short it would take, every single step towards self-care matters. So
it could be going for a walk.
Yeah. And you said you haven't done the homework your therapist told you to do. That's because it's hard to do those things.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. I literally have had days where the only time I went outside was to go to the bodega to get something and went right back upstairs. And going to the bodega was my accomplishment for the day because at least I went outside. Got
the stuff you needed.
So it's literally the smallest steps, sis, but be gentle with yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. Remember that emotions and moods and all that shit will ebb and flow all the time. And just, have grace for yourself. Make space for yourself and all the things you're feeling.
Last week, I was talking to my therapist about trying to organize my life and all of the shit that I have to do and rah. And she was like, well, what is something, what is a physical tool you feel could help you to do that stuff? And I was like, well, I've been thinking maybe I need to get a calendar that I put up somewhere that I can
write things,
physically write stuff in or whatever. She was like, okay, well, when do you think you could order something like that? I was like,
today.
I guess today. She was like, okay, well, let's do that. Let's today do that. You think you can do that today? I guess.
Amazon app right on my phone.
Maybe when I get home. You have Amazon on your phone, don't you? And I was like, I do. So you can just order it literally when you leave here, on the way home.
Yes.
She was like, girl.
Yes. Fucking do it.
Let's get it.
Yes.
No
time. Sometimes you need your therapist to be like, so sis, what?
Yep.
There have been many times I sat down in front of that woman and she made what was so obvious plain.
I love when she talked to me like I'm dumb.
Me too.
So I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes I need for somebody to be in the very kindest, most professional way.
Right.
Girl, are you fucking serious?
That's exactly what I need from my therapist.
Yeah.
From time to time. A lot of times we unpacking bullshit, and sometimes she's stopping me in the middle of my bullshit. So, best of luck to you, sis. Continue in your journey with therapy and start working on the things that she has you doing in between y'all sessions. If you have a question for the show or for the couch, send that to asktheread@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
Hey y'all, support for today's show comes from Scentbird. With Scentbird, I have found a way to mix up some of my favorite fragrance routines without having to break the bank. They just blessed me with a Bulgari cologne. Which, shout out to my daddy. My daddy introduced me. My daddy is all about the fragrances.
Okay.
You know, and so that was my one he got for me. And luckily enough, they also had it on Scentbird. So, you know, you got to have your smell good. It's that time of the year especially. So make sure that you've got it, whether it's Tom Ford, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, all the name brand girls if you like that type of stuff. Scentbird is a luxury fragrance subscription service for perfumes and colognes. Simply choose the cologne or perfume that you want to try from more than 450 designer brands, and they'll send you a 30-day supply. That's 30 days of smelling good.
Yes.
It's 120 sprays, enough to apply more than 4 times daily for a month. No excuse not to smell great.
That's right. And there are just so many different designer brands you can choose from. There's an exclusive offer just for our listeners. It's 50% off your first month. That's only $7.50 for your first fragrance. Just go to scentbird.com/theread and use our code TheRead for 50% off your first month. If you need help, that is scentbird.com/theREAD. Again, offer code TheRead to get your first perfume or cologne for just $7.50. Sign on and smell amazing. I'm placing my order right now. Let's move on.
Hey y'all, let me ask you a question. Would you buy a t-shirt for $50 if you knew that it only cost $7 to make?
Kanye.
Okay. With Everlane, you never overpay for quality clothes. Everlane only makes premium essentials using the finest materials without traditional markups. They want you to know what you're paying for and why, so they tell you their real costs and are radically transparent about every step in the process, from the materials they use to ethical factories that they work with. Everlane's clothes look better, cost less, and last longer because Everlane sells directly to you. The prices are 30 to 50% lower than traditional retailers. Essentials like their Cotton Crew t-shirt are exactly what they should be: simple, stylish, and made from quality materials. And I was just all over Everlane perusing, and I said, you know what? There's a cute couple things in here for summer. Cute, simple numbers.
Oh, well, I'm sorry for you because they already sent me my clothes and bitch, I love them.
Oh, yeah.
I got one of them side split dresses. I have a couple of tops. And the thing is, like, as soon as I open the box, you know how you can tell the difference between quality clothing and things that are just not. Yeah. It's like the weight of these clothes. Like, oh, okay, so this is nice.
Oh, so they
put it on your body. It's like, oh, so this, okay, so
right.
This feels good. Oh, and ethically made? Okay. And it is a lot cheaper than ethically made clothes from other companies because they are selling direct to you. Again, I just love my Everlane outfits. I hope you get yours soon because adorable. You can check out our personalized collection at everlane.com/theread and you'll get free shipping when you place your first order. Again, that's everlane.com/theread, everlane.com/theREAD. Really cute basics and stuff that are well made and made fairly. It matters. All right, let's move on.
Okay, guys, we are back, and it is now time for the read.
It is.
I'm going to be passing my read.
Okay.
Pass the read like we used to.
And I actually have 2 reads that I want to pass. Okay. And one of them's kind of lengthy, so I'll start with that one.
All right.
Okay, so this one says, let me see if you wanted me to say your name. I guess it says Livia. Hi Crystal and Kid Fury. Sorry this is so long, I need to get something off my chest. I'm a tattoo artist based out of Toronto, and there's been some bullshit going on in the tattoo community, and it's all because of racism and colorism. There was an artist who works at a pretty well-known studio in the city who posted on the bartering Facebook page Buns and posted a flash sheet of rainbow designs for Pride. She posted that she wanted to do those designs as tattoos, but then followed it up by saying verbatim, "If you have dark skin, don't even bother wasting my time or yours." There is a black queer artist who I do not know personally, but only peripherally, and who heard about this and reached out to the shop to offer suggestions on how to make things right. She said that firing the artist wouldn't do anything, considering that she likely wouldn't learn if she was just let go and would continue being an idiot wherever else she goes next. So instead, she suggested donating to black charities, creating a new modified flash sheet that would be more suitable for darker skin, holding walk-in days for specifically black and darker skin clients, and the studio basically ignored her. She posted all of the receipts on her IG story, which is how I found out about it. It's not a secret that colorism is a huge thing in the tattoo community. It's backwards and it's fucked up. I have clients of all skin tones, and while sure, there are some colors that are more pastel that aren't as visible on darker skin, but sometimes you just have to put forth the effort. I have had clients with darker skin that I've been able to tattoo color on, so why is it so challenging for other so-called artists? Oh yeah, because you're racist and colorist and an overall piece of shit. Assuming that white tattoo artists have all the secrets to tattooing and that their techniques are the end-all, be-all of the industry is false. Tattooing first began in Africa and the Pacific Islands before it was co-opted by white people. Good God. Industrialized and before they pushed all of the black and brown folks out. I am Asian and light-skinned, so I have not had the experience myself when it comes to getting tattoos, but I have had numerous black and dark-skinned clients sadly telling me that they know they're too dark to get the tattoo that they really want. I always tell them that there are ways to adjust, whether it's bumping the contrast to ensure the longevity of the tattoo over time, or choosing specific colors that are cooler toned that heal better on darker skin. Artists that just work in black and gray have no fucking excuse for their bullshit. If you're a tattoo artist and you do any of the following, please reevaluate your life. 1, if you only care about completing a tattoo so that you can take a photo and post it on Instagram, rather than the fact that this is a human being who trusts you enough to permanently put art on their body, go fuck yourself. 2, if you see it as a waste to use a design on a black or dark-skinned person because you can't even see it anyway, go fuck yourself. And 3, if you refuse to tattoo anyone darker than Chrissy Teigen, go fuck yourself.
Yes! Not the Teagues! I love her.
Black and dark-skinned people are people. They are human beings who already deal with enough bullshit in this racist society without you completely discounting their humanity and giving them another reason to internalize their hatred for their melanin, which is something beautiful and to be celebrated. When black tattoo artists, of which there aren't that many that I know of in the industry, the industry is almost entirely white and male.
Oh, I believe that.
When black tattoo artists tell you what you need to do to adjust your mindset and repair their broken relationships you now have with the black community and with dark-skinned people in general, listen to them. They are the ones being affected by the bullshit. They are the ones being pushed out of these spaces and given false reasons as to why. The argument boils down to whether or not you see someone as just another photo on your Instagram or as an individual person who will be wearing your art for the rest of their life. Being a tattoo artist is an honor, and if you exclude an entire group of people from sitting in your chair because of an archaic racist mentality, you don't deserve to call yourself an artist. You are at best a tradesperson, and even then you can take your tattoo machine, turn up the voltage to 19 and shove it right up your ass.
Well, damn.
So sick and tired of hearing the same excuses as to why tattooing black and dark skinned people is so difficult. It's not. You just have to try. Thanks for reading this giant rant. I will say that there has been an outpouring of support for the artists who called out the shop, and myself as well, as the younger, more progressive, and honestly mostly POC and queer artists are working to change that mentality in this industry. It's exhausting, but we aren't tired just yet. Thank you for everything you both do. And she attached some photos that she's done on brown people to show examples of how to do it. So shout out to Livia. I really appreciated that because as a dark-skinned person myself, I always assumed, well, like, oh, I love this how to tattoo, but I know they'd never give it to me, you know, because like,
right.
Whatever. So I thought that was really dope. Last but not least, this one's shorter. It doesn't have a name at the end, so I'm not going to say it. It says, opens computer, clears throat. With the asterisk.
Oh shit! So you came with a word.
Yes.
Okay.
I wish y'all would shut your simple asses up. Oh, by the way, the title says hugs don't make my son soft.
Oh shit!
I'm about sick and damn tired of crusty, ashy males who I wouldn't take weather information from while they were standing outside, let alone advice about how to raise my child. There's nothing about me holding or consoling my 1-year-old son that is going to make him soft. Just because your mama clearly listened to the drunk uncle who told her that you needed to man up and let you cry does not make her poor judgment an example to follow. Especially when the outcome is you and your kind. What we are trying to do is to stop the cycle of men growing up with no idea what a feeling is or how to express anything if their lives are dependent on it. It is 2019, and mothers today want to stop their sons from ending up more afraid of a hug than they are of jail. Shut your ignorant ass up about my son still breastfeeding at 15 months. Had your mother not given you the lab creation of instant potatoes in Similac form, maybe your immune system would be better and your nose wouldn't be running at 36 years old in the middle of the summer. For the love of God, nobody wants to hear your opinion on why he's soft because he wants me when I leave, when I stay, when he's scared, tired, or hungry. Nigga, I feed, bathe, clothe, and comfort him. Yeah. We are not here for your advice that I don't need to pick him up when he cries. Somebody needs to let him know he is loved and appreciated and at the bare minimum accepted in public, so then maybe he won't grow up clearly afraid of some Lubriderm as I see you still suffer from that phobia. Okay. I just wish someone had been whispering in Bertha's ear to hug you and let you sit with her for half a second instead of pushing you out to go play with the boys. Now you think hanging out with groups of niggas doing nothing, running back and forth in Tasha's life because you're not ready to commit is acceptable. It is not. Tasha ain't Bertha. She's not here to raise you. If you don't like it, go. And as for me and mine, we good. Your opinion, advice, and thoughts are unappreciated, unwanted, and unnecessary signs, not Bertha.
Well, go the fuck off.
When I tell you that not Bertha is tired.
Okay. Of you ignorant ass niggas.
A 1-year-old.
She said more afraid of a hug than jail. I think that's exactly where I expired.
That is so real.
Niggas really are more afraid of showing vulnerability
than going to jail.
Via a hug. And the baby is 15 months old? Are y'all crazy?
Like,
woo, niggas,
what?
Man.
It's crazy because, like, I even remember members of my family, like, one of my baby cousins when he was maybe around, I want to say 6 months, was in his crib crying, and I went to go pick him up, and his daddy was like, leave him there, he needs to cry. Like, no, you're gonna make him like, you know what I'm saying,
you're gonna make him
spoiled and soft and all this stuff, and I'm like,
old, man.
He's 6 months old, he needs something,
right?
You know, like.
And maybe that something is just human attention, because babies need people. They need to be held. They need to be talked to. Like, that's how you raise sociopaths, by not holding and touching and interacting with touch with your children.
Honey,
like, this is crazy.
I was a teenager at the time. I was like, okay. Like, I don't know.
Right. I mean, you're not going to argue, but that is absurd. Man, and we wonder why everybody is fucked up. Oh my God, what a fucking mess.
Man, treat these black boys, these are black young boys and girls with love, but especially these boys. There's no reason for you to be trying to make these niggas into gladiators at 15 months.
That's right.
They are babies. They want to be hugged and loved and feel safe and comfortable with mommy and fucking daddy.
And they deserve it because they're fucking children. What are you doing?
If you can't comprehend that, then maybe you shouldn't have any kids. But at the very least, you can very clearly leave not Bertha alone. Because she didn't ask you for your advice. And she don't want it. And she knows what she's doing. Thank you.
She said opens computer, clears throat.
She meant it.
Thank you so much.
Had your mother not given you the lab creation of instant potatoes in Similac form? My God.
So instant potatoes, I tasted that one time. I don't know why y'all do that to yourselves.
That is one of the worst.
It is an abomination.
Wow.
It's really bad. It's every bit as bad as you think it is.
It ain't even hard to cook potatoes.
Right. It's like, I mean, it takes time and instant potatoes don't, but girl, one of these is like real food and the other is not. So,
I don't want potatoes that bad.
I don't. I actually don't want potatoes bad enough to mix them with some hot water and have them in 5 minutes. If my mashed potatoes don't take 45 minutes to an hour, then I just don't want them. And that's that.
Really
Thank you, sis, for sending that in. It needs to be said because too many people act like these black boys are just destined for homosexuality from birth. And it's because you hugged him and showed him attention while he was still in a fucking crib. Girl, get the fuck on.
I mean, if you don't hug him, you might just raise trade, but that's not going to like...
All you're going to do is raise a child who has learned that shame should be a part of his life. And we need less
and does not know how to express himself.
Right.
Yes, my word.
Anyway, all right. I only have 2 very quick things this week. First of all, Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
Okay.
Buddy.
So Taylor Swift has a new song out. I guess it's her second single. I don't remember the first one.
It was that song with a guy from Panic at the Disco.
Oh, the one that Old Town Road took #1.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is her second single. It's called You Need to Calm Down.
Yep.
Every fucking body is in this video.
Yep.
Every fucking body is in this video. RuPaul is in it. A bunch of drag queens are in it, and they play a bunch of female pop superstars.
I guess.
Ellen is in it. A whole bunch of white gays. Billy Porter is in it. By far the most important part.
Yeah, I did see him.
Sierra, old boy from Modern Family. Like, seriously, even Katy Perry, who I thought they hated each other.
Yeah, apparently that's done.
And they did their whole, you know.
I didn't watch the video, by the way.
Well, I did. I pulled it up and looked at it. I actually do not hate the song. And on the surface, I do not hate the video. But
I heard it was tone deaf to some people.
I could definitely see that criticism. What it looks like to me is somebody who has deliberately not addressed queer issues until very recently, like within the last year. Somebody who has built up her name and fame primarily with, I mean, I won't say they're all racist, but I assume most Taylor Swift fans are, you know, MAGA-ish or MAGA adjacent.
The KKK.
Right. The KKK
right
fucking endorsed her or whatever. Like, it's bad. But what it looks like to me is somebody who wants to take pride and kind of co-opt it for herself. Like, The Onion wrote you know, The Onion is like all satire.
Yeah.
And they wrote a story that said, you know, Taylor Swift comes out as a straight white woman or something in her new video. I'm like, okay, that is really it. Because even though you packed all of our queer faves, like, bitch, you knew we wasn't gonna cuss you out when Billy Porter was in that fucking video. Right. Bitch, you knew that. So I feel like you deliberately stacked it with not just white gays, but you knew better and brought the black, and maybe that's Todrick's doing, so shout out to him.
Probably.
But you knew to bring the black and browns in here as well. But what it still feels like to me is somebody who just wants to capitalize off of pride, who wants to put imagery in her video so that it is more appealing to people. Like, I feel like Taylor's end game here is not necessarily to show support for gay people or to make like things to have some sort of influence on whether things are better for us. It feels like what she really wants to do is to get the gays involved and super hyped up so that they play her shit all summer and, you know, she gets her things, her #1 and her Grammys or whatever the fuck else she has lined up, whatever her plans are. I feel like that is really what it feels like to me. But what I feel like where the video truly went wrong is when she decided to depict all of the LGBTQ haters as like,
yeah,
these ultra country backwoods motherfuckers who can't spell, who, you know, are putting upside down letters in their signs, just being ignorant, right? Yeah. Missing teeth,
like bumpkins, basically.
Yeah, bumpkins. That's how you made them seem like they were all, you know, these country ass motherfuckers who are just ignorant. Yeah. You know, the stereotype of them cousin fuckers, they over there, you know, we don't even pay them no mind, them hillbilly ass bitches and all that. When the real problem in this country right now is not the ignorant ass hillbillies. I mean, they are a problem. But the real problem is the Donald Trumps and the Mike Pences and the Mitch McConnells and all of the rich, educated white men in suits who are enacting legislation across the country to make sure the rest of us don't have our rights.
Absolutely.
Those are the real problem. Had you replaced that army of bumpkins with a Trump lookalike and all of his fucking cronies and all these assholes, all these Republicans in the who are like everybody involved with like the North Carolina bathroom bill, all of the stuff that is happening across the country that has to do with LGBTQ people, I would have been way more on board with this.
Probably work with a lot of them.
And I know you're not. See, God damn it. And that's the fucking thing. Sis, point out a real problem. Like, point out the real problem here. The thing is, like, I'm not trying to necessarily shit on the video. I just feel like I see through what you were trying to do. And I didn't appreciate the fact that you made it seem like the real issue is people who are, you know, from the sticks or whatever. And they are the problem online. And they are the reason that, you know, LGBTQ people don't have their rights or they're being denied access to shit and all that. And it's like, no, I mean, they might be the reason that we have some shitty comments in our Instagram DMs. But the real problem problem is these fucking GOP legislators. And so I would love to see you actually take shots at somebody who is enacting policy that affects thousands or millions of people in this country right now. I would have much rather seen that. But, cute for you or whatever, little video. Taylor, she's doing the peace sign. She's got a rainbow colored wig. Beyonce, there's a Beyonce impersonate. Beyonce is included in the lineup of pop stars. Laverne Cox is in it, Ryan Reynolds. So it's like,
I saw clips or photos of I think I follow damn near every black person that was in the video. So I saw a lot of photos and stuff of them on Instagram when the video came out. But
and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at nobody for participating.
Not at all.
In a Taylor Swift video. Especially, I'm just not mad at that.
Right.
But I just don't trust Taylor Swift.
Right.
And in addition to that, I wish you had thought about your depictions of gay haters a little bit better, because they are not all like that. In fact, I don't even think most of them are like that.
Probably
most
not.
of them are very regular looking people that you grew up with in Pennsylvania.
Absolutely.
Who are just fucking hateful.
Yep.
So,
to make it seem like, homophobia exists because
of these
they're
motherfuckers,
just these dumb people,
these backwards, pieces of shit from West Virginia, and, wherever the fuck else, Georgia, Oklahoma, I'm sure, or anything else. Girl,
that was the main complaint I heard.
Yeah, and that was my main complaint, but I just could not let it go without saying something, because I feel like this bitch really thinks she did something, and I'm just tired of brands and celebrities using pride to sell their shit to me. Don't sell your shit to me, which, let me just mention right quick, this is not a read, but I want to shout out MasterCard, because they are doing something called True Name. They released this news a couple of days ago where trans and non-binary people can have a card issued under the name they actually use instead of their birth name.
Okay.
I'm like, this is somebody.
See, this is something that helps.
This is useful.
Yes.
This does something for the community.
It's not just a rainbow in your storefront.
Yes, it's not just every rainbow bullshit you buy, 80% of the proceeds go to PFLAG or whatever. This is something that makes a real live difference in actual people's everyday. This is a matter of safety. This is a matter of being comfortable.
Thank you.
It is important to do. So it's if you're going to use pride, please use pride to do something that the community can also use.
Like your rainbow hair is cute.
Our fucking money. Right. Girl, fine, whatever. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? And the second thing is just, I feel like, I know I've said this a million times, but everybody who pushes people to get on the train. I know you don't take the train no more.
I don't.
But I do, especially to come to the studio, because I hate spending money on cabs to come to the studio.
Yeah.
But I saw some shit today where this white man was getting off work or whatever and rushing to get on the fucking train. Not only did he push a kid who was probably 13, 14 years old on the steps, this nigga bowed somebody's abuela to sit down. Dog.
I would beat his ass.
This goes for everybody, regardless of gender, race, whatever else. It's never that fucking. You just have to miss the train, girl. It's never serious enough to put. You could have caused serious bodily harm. But then once you on the train, to be so pressed as to literally elbow somebody's grandma out the way so you could get to the seat before she could. That lady is 78 years old. Get your ass up so she can sit down. It's just absurd. It's just absurd the way y'all act on the fucking train. And I just need everybody.
That is the reason.
Please bring it back to earth. Because let me tell you some shit I saw last week. This blew my fucking mind. I was on the 2 train heading downtown. There was a homeless person asleep in the row of seats across from me. Everybody knows wherever the homeless person sleeps, those are their seats. You don't bother them. You leave them the fuck alone. You know how much it takes to fall out like that on the train? You got to be fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like we all know this. Everybody who lives in New York City. Tell me why a white woman got on the train, looked around, didn't see no seats, and nudged this homeless person sleeping on the seats until he woke up and asked him to move over so she could sit down. When I tell you that man looked at her, spat in the other direction, and laid back down. I said, sis, that's a warning. Next time he's spitting it straight in your face, I suggest you move your dumb ass down the car, sis. Leave people alone, especially people who are unhoused and have nowhere else to sleep but the train. It is not that important for you to sit down. It is simply not that important. I was like, I stared at, I was incredulous. I almost, when I saw him like actually wake up and like start to sit up, I was like, yo, I'm getting off the train. He about to beat her ass. He about to beat her ass. Who does that?
Oh my God.
Please get some act right about yourselves. It is not hard to show common courtesy
funny to
on
me.
public transportation.
That was funny to me.
I couldn't even like fully tweet about it because I was still in disbelief that this white woman fully asked somebody who was knocked out to get up so she could sit her ass down for 3 stops.
The funniest thing about that shit is I've always wanted to like, it's like if somebody disrespect me in the street, I've said before, I would just spit at their feet. Like, cause that's just the most dismissive, rude thing you can do.
He fucking spit. And and just like that white woman outside my building, she fucking skedaddled her ass on the way.
I bet she did.
Like, yeah, Betty Joe, that did not go how you thought it would, bitch. Leave people alone. There's basic rules of respect and common decency.
Have you never been on the train?
This is your very first time on the train? Are you a tourist? This don't make no fucking sense. I feel like tourists not that dumb. Are tourists that bold? Maybe they are.
Maybe. It depends on where you're coming from.
Regardless, please act like you have some fucking home training, girl. That's it and that's all. Thank you so much.
One more thing I wanted to say to Apple. I hate y'all for this fucking dongle. Like, please just give the phone a fucking headphone jack again. I don't understand. Like, it's just, I hate them.
No, they're
you
gonna
niggas
make you
know
buy
exactly what the
Bluetooth.
fuck y'all are doing because them stupid things cost $20 fucking dollars and they're of course small enough to fucking lose like nobody's business. And apparently Link thinks they're candy. So I just don't. I'm tired of fucking having to buy these fucking dongles to use my regular ass fucking headphones. Fuck.
And meanwhile, Apple's like, well, guess what you can do?
Spend $120 on these fucking wireless earbuds that I don't want.
Oh, man. I love my AirPods, but fuck them AirPods, because I already lost a pair.
You can lose them too.
I already lost a pair, and I refuse. I bought another, but if I lose them hoes, I will just never have AirPods again.
Hello?
I knew it was going to happen. Okay, that wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out on social media at This Is The Read. Our website is thisistheread.com. We will be in Washington, D.C. this Saturday. Yeah, very excited.
Oh, can you guys tell me, is there like a black-owned dispensary in D.C. that we can go to?
Does D.C. have, I didn't know their weed was,
Yeah, isn't it like...
I know it's legal, but I didn't think recreational weed was legal. I thought only medicinal. Like here. I thought
that it was recreational there now.
I mean, it might be. I don't know. Shit, I hope so. Well, that will change the entire tone of this trip.
I really thought that you could go to a dispensary in
maybe. I don't know
DC.
if it may be that it's somebody will certainly tell us whether it's for casual use or not.
Top 10 best recreational marijuana dispensaries in Washington, D.C. It's right here on Yelp.
Look at it surely is. Well, guess what? Let us know if there are any black-owned ones in the D.C. area. I would rather give my money to coloreds, but we will certainly be there. Also, July 5th in New Orleans, Louisiana, as part of the Essence Fest, we will be doing a little Essence After Dark for y'all. Some things with, the girls who are in comedy and so on and such as. Yeah. You can get those tickets as well via our website, which is thereadlive.com. And we're excited to see y'all there as well.
And I'm excited to see Missy Elliott.
Literally staying the entire weekend so that I can see Missy Elliott.
I think Missy's on Friday.
Well, wait, after us though.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. Somebody run that back because I'll have to leave.
Oh yeah, I'm going straight to the stage like as soon as we're done.
Anyway, I'm very excited to come back to Essence and to see all of you guys. I may be doing some other stuff that weekend, and if so, I will keep you posted. Kid Fury, any news for you this week?
Don't believe
305 Live.
Yeah, but 305 Live is sold out.
Oh!
So we don't have any more tickets available to buy, but just keep an eye out for on the social media on the This Is The Read page for information on how to get in the day of the party. I'm not 1,000% sure yet that we're selling tickets at the door, but we will keep you guys updated.
Oh, I think you said that last week and I forgot just that fast.
Yeah, I forgot to ask. But yeah, I mean, I'm already working on letting the DJs know what songs I personally want to hear. And so I think you girls already know how that's going to go.
I just want you to know.
I might do a Megan Thee Stallion drive the boat thing and just start pouring Douce in people's mouth.
Yes.
I wonder if she's okay with me co-opting that.
I think she is. Real hot girl shit.
I'll tag her, like, if for somebody.
No, I think she loves it. Okay. I really do think she loves it.
I think I'm going to do it.
No, I think you should. Remember how I used to go off every time I heard Rake It Up?
Yes.
That's going to be what happens when I hear Cass shit. I just want you to know I'm going in full bird mode. Full bird mode.
That is my favorite fever song.
I love that fucking song. So excited for your party and excited to act a fool to that. Hallelujah.
As well as don't worry about what I do, bitch, because I ain't worried about you, bitch. Like Megan.
And I'm still in a mall with your motherfucking daddy.
She loves saying that.
She loves talking about how your daddy trick on her at the Galleria.
Saying that. Oh, God. I love
That's why your mama don't let your daddy in the mall, because she know he be choosing.
To all of my favorite rap girls.
Yes, real hot girl shit. All right, y'all. We will see you next.
Advice for this week.
Oh, right. Okay.
This week's life hack. What? I had one. I've all of a sudden forgot what it was that I was going to suggest that you girls do.
Damn, marijuana strikes again.
It really does.
Because you are really sitting here and cannot think of it.
I really can't. Well, either way, girls, be good to yourselves and to others, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.